All right, hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting night of Dungeons and Dragons. And my personal issue tonight is I have no hot water, but that's okay, because who needs hot water?
Dang.
You too. You live here. Have you tried to take a shower yet? It's not going to be enjoyable. It's not that bad. At least it's summer, so you just pretend that it's a pool or something like that. That's what I did. But yeah, it's like we already put in a ticket with our landlord. It's funny because we have a plumber coming out to our house for something unrelated tomorrow. So I'm like, I might just call my landlord and be like, yeah, if you don't resolve this today, I've got someone who will, and I'll just send you the bill. Maybe. You guys are there, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was just listening.
Just waiting for us to start.
Oh, good, okay. Whenever I start the stream, I usually throw out some banter, and I just kind of want to make sure that I can actually hear you guys. Also, okay. Oh, crap. I'm trying to get my mic. Hello? Testing? No?
Hmm?
Oh my gosh.
I can
sorry.
hear you.
Oh, hide. Sorry, 1 second. My audio little trackers. I just want to make sure everything is visible. There and there. Okay. And I'm gonna be playing I'm going to be playing music on my stream, but I won't bother. Unless any of you guys are, like, into that, I'm not going to mess around with it. Okay, does everyone have table plop open? Everyone's ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, so, when we last left our adventurers, you, after entering into the cathedral, the High Hall of Elturel, which has just been recently been assaulted by waves of devils. You fought your way through a few different hordes, found a secret passage to the basement, saved some Elturian refugees that were hiding, found some devils that were prowling the walls, slaughtering refugees that were hiding, and you've come up to apparently the leader of this devilish invasion, a white Abishai named Victusa. And an Abishai is like a dragon devil. But I won't give you more information. You can do nature checks. So the main thing that's going on is there's a negotiation where the leader of the refugees, the highest ranking person alive basically in Elturel, Faria Jinx, is been negotiating with the Abishai, and they've drawn up a contract where Faria will relinquish her soul immediately to Zariel, and was supposed to be to let everyone go free, so she thought. However, one of you, I believe it was Jake, and I'm just going to throw out there because I didn't check languages, that devilish contracts are in the Infernal language. So if you don't know Infernal in the future, you won't be able to read contracts. So just everyone make sure you're aware of your languages, because that will come up in the future. But at the moment, I'm going to say, because you had a good check anyway, that you were able to, the imp here, clever name, brought you the contract, and you were able to determine that the wording in the contract said that Victusa would not harm any of the refugees, but it didn't say anything about anyone else. So you were able to conclude that if she signs the contract, she'll lose her soul immediately to the void of hell, but then everything that she was trying to protect will be destroyed anyway. Now, you've not revealed that information yet to the devil, although you kind of asked about negotiating the contract, and she seems to just want more souls. So devils you can negotiate with them, but they're tough, so you've got to be ready to have something to negotiate back. Speaking of something to negotiate back, I don't know if you guys referenced that link that I sent you, but when you guys were traversing the underground catacombs of the Candlekeep, you encountered a group of dragon cultists, and you made friends with them, and they like you, and you returned their treasure that was stolen from Tiamat. And they said, hey, you're cool people. Here is a dragon scale mirror, and you can use this object to contact us once per day via a sending spell. And also, if you encounter any other dragon cultists, you can use this, item to show, well, what he said was it just may save your life. He left it kind of vague, but basically he gave you like the Brotherhood card or whatever, like not, like an intro card. So you do have that item, and I can't remember. I just watched it the other day, but I can't remember who it was handed to. So I don't really care. It was either Zach or Jake. Raxlor was the one mainly.
I think it was
them.
Zoe, because I usually write down items on my sheet and I don't have it. So if I don't have it written down, it was probably given to him.
So let's say that, because also the leader of the dragon cultist, and I'll just say that you remember his name is Ultis, and he said that he noticed your symbols of Titania and said Titania was an ally of Tiamat long ago. So besides the fact that you guys helped him, and also Zoe's the one that had the treasure, so he's friends. He likes all you guys, but he gave that item to Zoe and was like, hey, if you need us, call on us. You did already mention Tiamat to Victusa, and Victusa said that she answers directly to Zariel. So even though Tiamat is also like something she follows, that Zariel is, basically her commander. But you can pursue that further. Or you guys can just flat out attack, and then we just do a battle and move on. I leave it to you guys. That's the situation, and go ahead, go play.
I've already done pretty much everything I can do in this scenario. I looked at the contract. I couldn't figure out any way to rewrite the contract, and my negotiations are failing, so I'm all out of trump cards, and I'm just kind of stretching my arms, reading the contract, putting my hand on my mace, getting ready for a fight, because I'm like, okay, we're not gonna let this person sign the contract, because currently the contract's flawed. We're gonna end up fighting anyway. So it's really just a question of what the best way to get the drop on him is. However, if someone else has one of those ways to negotiate that they can use, then they can do it. I'm just saying at this point, all I can do is fight. So it's up to someone else if they want to do that.
I was gonna say, do you want me to try? And what do you think would be?
I think you have the MacGuffin that we need in order to help this negotiation. So whatever you think is best.
I'll mention to you that a sending spell allows you to send a one-way message of up to 25 words. That's not necessarily what you should do. I'm just saying what you have is a card that says, I am friends to Dragon Cult, and also you can use that card to contact some Dragon Cult leader. That's the special item you have. This is a fight you guys could take. I mean, it's deadly, but so are half the battles that you guys have been breezing through. Plus, you got like a ton of NPCs in this room, so it's up to you. However you want to make this. If you just want to do a straight battle, do a straight battle. If you guys want to try to role play, if you want to try to convince Victusa to be your friend and join your party, I mean, don't do that, but somewhere in between.
Well, now I know what I'm going to do. At the very least, maybe I'll be able to just distract them a little bit, so you guys can get placed up very, very better. Victusa, come join our party.
She looks at you and says, what party? Are you speaking of this gang of prisoners that we've currently captured? I don't understand what you're offering to me.
Me and those two over there. That's pretty much it. Those three. 2, 3. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, sure. So you pledge your souls and you can join us and we'll be one nice big party.
You pledge your souls?
Oh, no.
No, that's not how it works. The universal mechanics
Why?
work only for Asmodeus. unless you're a devil appointed by Asmodeus, you don't have the authority to create binding contracts. Well, maybe mortal, material plane contracts, but not ones that are valid across all planes of existence.
I wasn't creating the contract. I was just telling you the upgraded rules. You're the one who's creating and, altering and updating it.
Well, and it seems to me that you're not really offering anything to trade. You're just, all your negotiations is just that I give you more, but I'm all ready for just the soul of this one measly human. I'm offering not to harm these over 100 innocent souls. That seems more than a fair trade. 1 for 100.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Sounds to me like you're lying. That you have gotten some tricky dick wordplay going on there in your contract. Just why I was thinking we could update it. If anything other than that one soul damage
wording?
happens,
What are
then I
you-
get your soul.
Well, show me. What clause do you have a problem with?
I have a problem with that it says you're trading that one, but everyone's pledged to her. So that means everyone's going to end up dying. Unless that's not what you mean, in which case we can create a side barter. If that's what happens, then I end up with your soul and I can undo it all anyways. So unless you're the one lying about what's going to happen.
If for you to know that, I mean, you could just be saying it without knowing it, but because that is true. But for you to know that, either Raxlor had to tell you, or he has to say something now or something, or you have to read the contract. If you know the infernal language, which I'm pretty positive you
I do not.
I'm
I have
pretty
Sylvan
sure.
in common.
Yeah, what are you, half elf?
Yes.
I think you're missing a couple languages. I'm pretty sure you're supposed you can add 2 languages.
Oh, Goblin and Halfling. Goblin
What?
and Halfling.
Those-
I have that written down.
You picked, those are the 2 languages you picked, not infernal or I will allow you.
No, because I
change
was
it if you
I was
want.
picking it as a role play. I'm an archaeologist, or not an
Wrong
archaeologist.
character, wrong game,
Oh yeah.
right?
Sure.
Yeah, this is your
Unless you
haunted
made 2
one.
archaeologist characters.
No, this is the haunted one background. This is the warlock.
And FYI, I did give him
No,
that
no, this
information
isn't-
when we stepped away to huddle. I mentioned how the contract works, and then we stepped back.
Oh my god, I'm looking at the wrong character sheet.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. So you do know that information.
Sorry.
But yes, so you
I
do
have
know
no
that
idea. Give me a
information.
second to get to the right one. I've also got
Okay.
to remove an item from this item sheet.
Okay, so while you're working on that, you're able to point out in the contract, and Victusa looks at you and says, "Ah, yes, what sharp eyes you have. Well, the contract stands as it is, so she can sign it, or I'll be destroyed."
I don't think it does stand as it is.
I jump in and I say, haha, Phoenix right. I agree to that contract. She can sign it or you'll be destroyed. You said she can sign it or I'll be destroyed.
Shit!
Phoenix, right? Wait, okay, hold on. What did I say?
You
Or
said,
what did
Oh,
she
no,
you said,
retconning,
I'll,
retconning.
you said I'll be destroyed. You meant to say I'll be destroyed, but it sounded more like I'll be destroyed, and I
Yeah.
accept that infernal contract as a verbal contract. So she
Dude, I
signs
thought-
it or you'll be destroyed. No,
I thought
just
you
kidding.
said I'll be destroyed too, but I wasn't paying enough attention.
All shall be destroyed.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
But
so
when you
Go
say
ahead.
all, surely. Oh, sorry.
All, everyone in the weird universe, you can't hold up your side of the contract, therefore it's null. Anyway,
Melodious.
I nudge Zoe with my elbow and I say, "Hey, Zoe, didn't you have that thing that those guys gave you down under Candlekeep? I think that might come in handy here. These guys, they might be dragon cultists, and they might like to see that. That might help you in their in your negotiations or trying to get them to side with us."
Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm doing great on my negotiations as it is. Thank you very much.
I say, "Okay, go ahead." I grab my mace.
I
I'm
grabbed my
scrolling
pear
the stat
spray.
box.
All right, hold on. I got something for you. It's a good idea. Thank you for reminding me about that card. All right, hold on, Mr. Demon. And I
Yeah,
get in
sure.
and I
Take
bring
your
out my card.
time. Not in a rush or anything. And then, okay, as you say, take your time, and she's like, sure, I'm not in a hurry. Then there's a great earthquake as the island is pulled another few yards downward. Everyone make a dexterity saving throw to see if you fall prone. Oh yeah, hey, that could be a way to start the battle if you want. Hold on one second. Let me pull up the actual save.
I lost tablecloth. Oh wait, no, there it is.
I'm supposed to be doing so many more earthquakes, but I just don't think about it. It could make things so interesting. Okay, so
Dexterity save, you said?
Yeah, dexterity saving throw. And Victusa has to make one too. And all the cultists. So Victusa succeeds.
Oops.
What?
Okay, mine was a 10. I screwed stuff up. I got a 10. My original was
a 10. Okay, that succeeds. That's the DC.
Rexlor gets a 4. He fails. He fumbles down the stairs. His mace falls to the ground, and he picks it up by the handle as he stands up. Not wielding it, but he is now wielding his mace. But it's like, oops, I dropped my mace. Let me pick it up. So I'm just casually standing there holding it, but I didn't draw it, so I'm not like being aggressive. I'm just now holding it, and I'm just absentmindedly not putting it away.
Okay. 3 of the cultists are prone, and that's going to take me a second to flag them. But it's the 3 in the back. Okay, so some of you fall to the Scree. Did you succeed or fail? Dexterity saving throw. Scree's on the call, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Here, just waiting. You guys to start beating them up.
So there is a great earthquake, and you have to make a dexterity saving throw to see if you fall prone. And so let me know the result. The DC is 10. I'll just tell you the DC
They changed out the layout on Tabletop. Changed it a little bit. That's what was confusing me.
Yeah, they did. I thought something was weird.
23.
Yeah, that succeeds. Yeah, it's only a 10 DC, but it's just like it could cause, like right here, half of them are prone. So
that's what I like to call a good time.
So the earthquake finishes. Raxlor is prone. Zoe, did you succeed? What was your dexterity check?
10.
Oh yeah, that's right. So you succeeded. So Raxlor and 3 of the cultists fall prone. Victusa stays on her feet. So she looks at you and she's like, so anyway, as I was saying, we have plenty of time. What did you, take your time, because you said you were going to do something.
Well, I was pulling this card out of my pocket right as that earthquake hit.
Okay, you can proceed.
And I need to show it.
Okay, so she looks at you and she's like, what are you holding up? What's that? And the cultist who's standing right here, this cultist A, he's able to see it, and he like gasps, and he says, my lord, it's a dragon scale mirror, one of our own. And she says, what? Let me see that. And she's asking for you to show her the item. The cultist holds his hand out for you to hand it to him.
No, I'll bring it over myself.
Well, then bring it here. And the cultist is going to walk with you.
Okay.
So you can just walk over here. And these other guys get up. She says, give me that. And she looks at it. Well, okay, yeah. She holds her hand out and she says, give me that. Let me see it.
I hold my hand out with it, but I don't give it to her. I can show it to her.
She is looking at it, and she still has her hand outstretched, and then she, like, stares at it, and I'm assuming that you're holding it mirror-facing out, and she's, like, staring at herself in the mirror, and her eyes get really wide.
So, yeah.
Okay, and her eyes get wide, and her hand kind of drops, and she looks at you and says, "Where did you get that?"
I would tell you if I could remember.
Do you want to remember? Because I can tell you, or are you just negotiating?
I would love to remember. I am very wide awake, and some of this is like familiar, but not 100%. That's why I was having a hard time negotiating. I didn't know what I was negotiating.
No problem. So I'll just give you the short version. You guys met some dragon cultists, and you got on their good side because you returned stolen treasure from Tiamat. Treasure of Tiamat's that was stolen. You returned it. And also you worship a god that is friendly to Tiamat, so the cultists like you and gave you an item. So this item allows you to contact them once per day, but also it's some sort of a symbol of loyalty. So this item shows that you have earned the loyalty of some dragon cult. Tiamat dragon cult, which is the same, like, overlapping with these people. So you were given it by Ultis. You were given it by Ultis, the dragon cult leader of who works for Tiamat. Oh, sorry, and Archon the Cruel. Okay, so you got it from Ultis, a cult leader who answers to Archon the Cruel, who is a famous general of Tiamat who lives here in Avernus. And she says, "Where did you get that mirror?"
I got it from Ultis.
She gets surprised again, and she goes, "What? Ultis? Why would he give that to you? This makes no sense. He would have destroyed you."
I guess you just don't know me well enough. I'm kind of aligned with him.
This changes nothing.
Are you sure about that? I think it does change something.
I follow the command of Lucille, the general of Zariel, not Archon of Tiamat. I mean, yes, of course, I worship and revere Tiamat, but I was given a very strict order by Lucille to come up here and purge any living souls and claim the city. If I returned to Lucille with anything less, she would destroy me. Therefore, my loyalty is to her over Tiamat. I will let you flee with your lives for that item you have, but I have to destroy all of these refugees. It is my orders.
I say, Zoe, you heard her. I guess go ahead and call Altus and let him know what's going on here, so that he can pass that on and up the chain and take care of what needs to be done.
I didn't want to have to waste my one call a day on something like this and on,
Oh
someone as little as you, but I guess it'll have to do. I call up Ultron.
She says, "Wait!
That was on purpose. I know it's Ulta.
You fools! Ultis will do nothing to punish me. I told you I answer to Zariel, and Zariel is a lateral move from is lateral to Tiamat, not above. So
Do I need to talk to your manager?
Okay. Now make an insight check, and it's not contested.
Insight. Hold on.
The way I see it, anytime you're trying to, like, strategize something with an NPC, even if you're not flat out, like, trying to deceive or persuade them for something, that
You've got to still.
You get a chance to, like, get clues about how you might be able to negotiate with them.
Yeah, the new interface is throwing me off. That's why I had so many deck saves earlier. I was like, it's not popping up in the box. Kept clicking the little airplane. Okay, I got a 13 on insight.
13. Okay. So you can hear in her voice that it doesn't really seem that she's as confident as she's acting when she says that she follows Zariel and not Tiamat. And you feel like there's some sort of a political situation that's going on that you don't know about, and that maybe a direct threat is not the way to coerce her. And in your insight, you also notice that as she's proclaiming her loyalty to Zariel, she's glancing at the imp Clevername, who's over by the stairs. And the imp is watching her with, like, hawk eyes, like, never taking his eyes off of her, watching how she interacts with you guys. And she says, what do you think Tiamat would have done to me anyway? Destroy me? Well, Lucille would destroy me for failing to obey orders, and to become an Abishai, a cultist, a person must devote their entire life to being a dragon cultist. If I'm destroyed, then I am reborn as a lowly lemure, and I did not give up my entire mortal life to go down to such a level, so I fear Lucille far more than you or anyone else.
How do you know that Lucille might not change her mind in this condition?
Pit fiends rarely change their minds. That is to say, pit fiends do not change their minds because they follow their orders. A pit fiend.
I seriously like, well, there's not much you can do. Might as well be saying, well, the executioner. I don't know why you talk to the executioner. He's not going to change his mind once I'm up on the gallows.
Well, I mean, because if she
Maybe
didn't
we can
follow
make some...
If she did not follow Lucille's orders, then when she returns, then she's going to be destroyed. However, she is a dragon cultist. I mean, dragon devil, so maybe your call to Altus doesn't have to be in the form of a threat. I don't know.
You could call. This is meta because I'm not jumping in, but you could call.
I was about to say, hold on a second, then I was going to back up and ask you what to do.
You can call. What he's saying is, instead of calling and saying we're going to tell on you, call and say something like, if she helps us, then it would be a great favor to Altus and to Ragrak or whatever. And we would put in a good word with her, with Tiamat for her, for helping us out. And that, what's her name? The lady that's going to kill her, could bring it up with Tiamat directly if she has a problem with it, because she's doing a favor for us.
Okay. Favor.
Yeah, like instead of, if you don't help us, we're gonna tell him you're mean. It's if you do help us, then we'll tell him that you did right by us, and it'll be
what
a good
job you
recommendation.
did for an ally, or at least similarly. Okay. Yeah, so you know what we could always do is, scratch my back, scratch yours, burn my fingertips, but then we could put in a good word to say, hey, look at how helpful this person was. We worked together. It was a team collab unity matrix.
While she considers so she's considering your words, and the cultist that's standing nearest to you holds his hands up, and he says, look, lady, bottom line, if he's got a scale from Tiamat, I am not fighting these guys, because I still want to be reborn as an Abishai when I die my mortal death, and I'm not going to screw up my faction with Tiamat at this point. And the other cultists are like, yeah, we agree. Like, we're not fighting these three particular individuals. And the imp is just like looking at you guys, and he looks back at Victusa and just kind of like hisses. And then he goes, and then he turns invisible. So the imp uses its action, but you can tell that he has not moved, because when a creature it becomes invisible, you know its location unless and until it successfully takes the hide action, which it has not done yet, but it is invisible.
Are we in initiative now?
Oh, okay. Do you want that?
Because if he's acting, I'm starting. If he's taking a combat action, we're starting combat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm so bad at this. I can't hardly remember what's going on these days anymore. So, sorry.
Yeah. So let's
You're convincing the dragon lady to not attack us by offering her good word. The cultists said, "Yeah, we're not going to fight these people because you're in good with Tiamat, and they don't want to offend Tiamat by attacking her followers. And the only person here who still wants to fight us is the imp, because the imp is trying to blackmail Victusa into following Zariel. And the imp just turned invisible. It's about to do something. It's going to either run away and tattle on her, or it's going to start attacking us, or something. But the imp, which is the only person here who is the problem, Victusa would be totally open to negotiating probably if the imp wasn't here watching her, ready to tell on her.
Gotcha.
And the imp just went invisible. So we need to stop the imp and do something to it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative, and then you can decide what to do in initiative order. Thanks for suggesting initiative, because I'm like, okay, that imp needs to go invisible at this point, but then it's like, well, then what happens? Because if there's no initiative, then it's just gonna start acting.
Yeah, if it does something that we would want to react to, it's initiative. Because otherwise, it would turn invisible. You could say it turns invisible, runs away, and I'm like, okay, and where was my turn in that whole scenario?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you have not drawn aggro, but you are in initiative.
Wait, is there an initiative button? There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a
rolled
16. I'm just gonna reroll it. 3. There we go. That's better.
Oh, good. Okay, the imp got pretty low initiative, so... But he is invisible. And I guess that was like a surprise round. That's kind of how I do surprise rounds, that if someone wants to suddenly do something, that happens, and then everyone else goes into initiative.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's effectively how they work, how surprise rounds work, but...
Basically, so the person who's doing the thing, and this is just real quick, just to kind of overcap, but it doesn't matter, we're doing it this way. The person who acts first, everyone else still rolls initiative, but their first round gets skipped. And then when you get to the person who's doing the surprise action, it happens, and then everyone else in that first round also gets skipped. So essentially, like logistically, it ends up being that just that person acts, but there's a couple of other things it interacts with, like you don't have your reaction for the first until you take your first turn, things like that. But
okay.
Essentially, yeah, the person or persons who are doing the surprising are the only ones who get to act in that first round. So initiative's not necessary until that first round's over, pretty much.
Okay. So here's how I'm going to say it. It is mechanically, just because this is kind of like, following the rules, is you guys all did initiative. So I'm retconning slightly. So instead of saying the imp turns invisible, I said everyone roll initiative. Everyone rolls initiative. Now the imp is the only one that takes its turn, because everyone else is surprised, including the Abishai, including the cultists, because they're not. The imp is the one that caught everyone by surprise by turning invisible. And now I need to. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Is there like a condition for invisible? There is. Yeah. So look, is it make it hidden though? It's not.
No,
that's
you have to still hide it.
Okay.
Because we can see there's a way to see invisible, so.
Yeah, well, but also you know its location. So if it successfully hides, so basically if it successfully hides, then I'm going to hide it from you so that you don't see it. Then if someone reveals it with a search check, then I will re-reveal it, and then it stays invisible. It's just not hiding. That's kind of how I'll represent hiding and whatever. Okay, so the imp has become invisible and shimmers away, but you can tell from sound and other clues like dust and whatever. You can tell it hasn't moved, but you see it shimmered and it's turned invisible. So now we are going to start initiative tracking, and Zoe, it's your turn. Remember, talking is a free action, so anyone can talk about anything at any time. You don't have to wait for your turn.
I see the imp vanish, and I say, "Stop that imp! No one leaves here till the negotiations are finished." And I look at Vetusta to see what her reaction is to that.
She hears you say that, and she kind of like hesitates and like lowers her sword an inch. Like, she's still looking like she's ready to fight, but she's not aggressively moving towards you, and she seems to be pausing to see what you guys do. I mean, it's not her turn anyway, but that's the very obvious body language. You don't have to do an insight check.
Yeah. she's not saying, "No, leave it alone, don't touch it, it's mine," or whatever. She's not
saying, "I'll kill you," or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, oh, it might be nice not to have that imp spy around here.
I'm gonna invisibility, right? We can see it, right? Oh, we can blast it. Zach can't cast Eldritch Blast on it. Can't see it.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking to see what
I was gonna cast Command and make it grovel. Can't do it. Can't see it. I can't cast Dispel Magic because it's not a spell. It's a special ability. So yeah, there's a lot of things that invisibility does with other than not knowing the exact space that it's in.
Yeah, it's
pretty big.
Yeah, there's
bonus.
actually there's so many mechanics.
I do have blind fighting though.
Yes!
Wait, I have blind fighting. I can see an invisible creature within the range unless it successfully hides. I literally can step forward and cast Command.
Yes. That's blind fighting.
If I can get to it.
Okay. It's within. Isn't it within 10 feet though? It's not 5. It's 10. I think.
It's 10 feet, and it says I can see an invisible creature. Not you can act as it. Like I literally can see it if I'm within 10 feet of it. So I see it go invisible, and I still see it standing there.
Yeah, so you get no penalties from it at all, unless it hides. Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, well, okay. Let's see if it comes up. But even if it hides, if it's in your direct line of sight, you can see it. If there's dim or bright light, it can't hide from you. So
no, it can.
Let's see what.
Yeah,
let's
that's
see,
up
let's
to
see
you.
what comes up.
I say it will come up. I say it can still hide from me because I physically can't see it. So if invisibility says an invisible creature can always hide. So even though I can see it, it can still try to hide.
Okay.
So I think the way those two interacted was intentional. It's like if it's invisible and hiding, I still can't see it, but I can effectively see it unless it's hiding.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's do that. So hide is even more important now. You know what he's gonna do on his turn. So
holy crap,
Zoe,
I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like all of my spells require me being able to see the creature. Well, except for Shatter, but I don't think anybody would appreciate that.
No.
I cast Shatter. Okay, go ahead and click where you cast it at.
Let me suggest something. You're thinking kind of the way I'm thinking, which is use what abilities you have and just stop it immediately. But look at the way that the map is positioned. Scree is conveniently on this staircase, and he's at the bottom of the staircase. If you move right here, which you can do safely, the imp would have to take this long way around and give us another chance to stop it, because it wouldn't be able to move past you guys.
Good
right?
idea.
All right.
It's not too. It couldn't move past through his space, right? Because they're not two sizes smaller. No, I think you can never move through enemy spaces.
You correct?
Actually, yeah, you can move through allies.
I just read this though. You can you could shove someone out of the way, but you cannot move through their space unless there's two sizes difference, and then they're difficult terrain. So
there
you
are
guys
because
are blocking.
it's
He would have to be able to physically move you out of the way.
No, imp is tiny and he's medium, so it's medium, medium, small, tiny. So it actually
Imp
can,
is
but like you said,
tiny?
yeah.
Oh, that
I was
means I have
confused
to.
because of the size of the icon, but they are tiny.
There you go. That's tiny.
However, like you said, it is difficult terrain, so still him standing there would slow it down by 5 feet, which would give us a little bit of an advantage. So, it helps and it makes him a little bit closer. So, I still think that's a good move. It's just I wanted to make sure the rules on it were clear. But I mean, anything else you can do, you may not be able to directly attack it, but I mean, your character sheet. I'm not going to read your character sheet and try and figure out what you can do.
Can I set up a reaction though? That if I think that it's bumped me, that I could then like nuke that spot with Eldritch Blast, or do I need to like physically throw my fists because I don't really have much else to do?
Okay, so you can make a weapon attack against an invisible creature, and you have disadvantage if you know what square it's in, which you do. A spell, even spell attacks, you cannot target them if it says that you have to see the creature. So you could stab it with a dagger, or hit it with a club, or shoot an arrow at it, but you could not cast a spell that you have to be able to see.
That's why spells like Conjure Bonfire or whatever are useful, because it attacks the square, and you don't have to be able to see the creature to attack its square. But most spells that are direct damage really strong actually target the creature directly. You have to be able to see them. So Storm of Daggers or whatever, anything like that.
I want to prepare a reaction that if that thing bumps me, or I even think something has bumped through my spot or touched me, then assuming that it's not obviously Raxel or Scree or something like that, I want to prepare the action of Hellish Rebuke. Boom. Nope, never mind. It doesn't work the way I thought it did.
Oh, it's okay. Hey, you're close. Okay, so how about something like this? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just trying to help you. Like, okay, it looks like you're trying to. I think you can grapple.
Okay, Clippy.
I think you can try to grapple an invisible creature. So you could say something. I think you could say, I want to ready the grapple action. And if it tries to move through my space, oh, that's right, it can. So you're blocking it, but not entirely. So you could say, if it tries to move through my space, I want to try to grapple it. Alternatively, you could just try to grapple it now.
Just grapple it. That's what I was going to say when you were done. I was going to go, or...
And that might not be a bad idea, because if it hides successfully, then it would be harder for you to grapple it. So that's something you could totally try to do right now, is you can just try to grab it. And it's basically your athletics versus its acrobatics, because it's like flying around. It's this tiny little hummingbird thing, apparently. I thought imps were like bigger than that.
I was going to say, that'll work, because I don't even think I have a freaking dagger. Like, I would have to swing my fists.
An ornate
so I would like to go ahead and
with a
try and
diamond in
grapple it.
Okay. So, it's a contested check. I'm going to roll for the imp. And it's going to be, I think you can pick athletics or acrobatics, or it might just be acrobatics. You recall, Jake?
It's either. Actually, I think it's just athletics for grappling. It's escaping. You can do either. Double check.
Oh yeah, I'm double checking. So, combat step by step. No, just go to grappling.
Yeah, it's athletics contested by its athletics or dexterity, but grappling is athletics.
Athletics contested by either. Yep. Okay, so make an athletics check to try to grapple it. And the imp gets to use acrobatics. Now, it does not have acrobatics, but it does have high dexterity. Oh! Yeah. So I rolled a 3. But that's then a +3 bonus. So you attempt to grab the imp, and you grasp your hand out in the air towards the invisible imp, and you can feel the wind from its wings as it's flitting around within its 5-foot square, and you're just grasping out with both of your arms trying to snatch it, like Obama grabbed that fly out of the air during his interview. But unfortunately, you rolled a 3.
If only it could have been a fly. Can you imagine being the fly on Mike Pence's head in that room when you saw that?
Yeah, you didn't. Instead of Obama, you rolled a Mike Pence.
There you go.
It lands on your head like a fly, and it sits there while you just stare forward.
And sits there and sits there.
Yep. Okay. So, anything else? Is that your turn?
Is crying a free action?
Always.
Okay, all right. Well, I cry a little as I can't find it, and I die a little on the inside. Okay, take 1 point of damage. All right, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. By the way, anyone who's glancing the way of the Abishai notices that she's really intently watching, like Zach, like hopeful that he was going to catch that imp. And now it is Scree's turn.
Okay. This little imp dude, I think he's gonna go out this way, something, but like, he hasn't like hidden yet, right? Or has he? No, I think he did.
He's invisible, but he's not hidden. That means that you cannot see him, but you know where he is until his turn, when he gets a chance to hide, which is next. So right now you know where he is.
Okay.
He can fly through your space. It's just difficult terrain, so it slows him down a little bit. You can try to attack him. You just have disadvantage against it. And if you had any other special abilities that you could use to, at this point, then there are other... Like, I don't know if you have anything else that can see
try to grab
or...
him.
Yeah, just like Zoe,
Can't I
it would
try to
be...
grab him?
It's an athletics check, though. And I don't think
All
your strength
right.
is very high. You know what?
I mean, yeah.
Unless someone really protests, since he's literally flying in the air, I'll let you make an acrobatics check versus his acrobatics check.
Nice, very nice.
So we're
Actually,
sitting here
no.
folding their arms.
No. Not acrobatics.
Dexterity.
Dexterity. No. Because you have like plus 15 acrobatics, and also, no, I don't know. It's straight dexterity. Straight dexterity, so you get like, what, a plus 4? Oh my god.
Good.
Well, that didn't matter anyway.
Does she like kill it as she reaches for it? It just like explodes on her touch.
Pops like a zit.
Natural 20. Hold on, he gets to
Oh, I'm
roll.
over in the corner still crying.
I have a 5% chance. Oh, okay. Alright, so, Scree... Oh, do you use your wing hand? Like, you kind of have like a hand, but it's kind of like a wing, I guess? But... Or do you use your beak?
It's like claws.
Oh,
hands.
like claws, okay. Okay, so you reach your clawed hands out in the air, and you're watching it with your raven eyes, like darting through the air. And even though it's invisible, you can just see the little flits of air pressure, and then snatch, and you grab it right in your hand, and you are now grappling the imp. And you feel it like wriggling in your hand, like trying to get free.
I'm gonna keep him hold until someone tells me what to do. Please, guys, please keep it down. Please.
Tells you what to do. Let's see. Grappling doesn't stop concentration, does it?
No.
Okay. She used her action to grapple it. Is there anything else she can do?
She can move, I think. If you wanted to drag it in the room. I mean,
Okay,
I don't do grappling a whole lot. Let me see it, how moving it works.
I'm gonna glance
Since
at
she's,
the... Oh, yeah.
Since she has her move.
Your speed is halved unless it's 2 sizes smaller. You can just move. You can just...
Oh.
Until it gets away, you can just straight up move with it.
Yeah, you can, so you can like, since we're trying to keep it here, you can like move it all the way into the room and just kind of hold it there. That way it has further to travel when it's trying to leave. Because it's trying to escape. So, or at least hide itself and get away from us. So if you want to just like drag it back into the corner or something, preferably over here so it can't just lash out and kill the prisoners. I want to get this thing out of here. I'm going to ask Victusa if we can just kill it but not till my turn.
You can
So,
attack
get
it. Your multi-attack, you
I
can make
thought
one of your multi-attacks be a grapple.
Oh, that's true.
Sorry. Go ahead, Zach.
Well, I thought talking was a free action.
Yeah, but I'm not going to interrupt someone else's turn.
Until it gets away. But you can still attack. So multi-attack, grapple can be one of those. And you grappled it, so you still have your multi-attack if you wanted to. Which would have to be a melee attack, but you could still do that. You could also still use your bonus attack to use your planar warrior and do extra damage to it. So, and if you move, it moves with you. So you can move your speed towards the other end of the room to move it farther from the exit, and then you could attack it and try to knock it out and or kill it. Those are some options.
As you're contemplating that, and I see you you grab it and then you put your claw on your sword and start to draw it, and I can tell you're about to attack it. I turn to Victusa again and I say, I'm just standing here like the commander while my allies, I'm like, do this, do that. But I haven't actually gotten to do anything. I say,
Oh, yeah.
Victusa, this imp seems to be a thorn in the side of our negotiations at the moment. Do you have any problem if we dispatch it for now and continue with this negotiation in private?
Make a perception check.
Perception?
Yes.
Persuasion. Perception?
No. Yes, perception.
Just making sure I don't know what it's for, and just making sure you were saying the right one. Sure, it's calculated right in my sheet. Of course, I'm not trained in that one, but wisdom. Oh, 22.
Oh, good. Okay. So, Victusa says, "You fool! For opposing the forces of Zerial and Lucille especially, we will destroy you." And then you see her making eye gestures towards you and nodding towards the imp. And then she takes a claw and does a really a little stealthy gesture where she's head chopping off. So it's kill it. But she's like, no, don't kill the imp, no.
I say, Scree, I don't care what the consequences are. We will kill all the creatures in this room if we must, but kill that imp first, and then we'll take care of the rest of them.
Me. All right.
So you have your movement, and you have your second attack, and you have a bonus action. Scree, just to remind you.
I'm aware.
I'm not meaning to rush you.
All right. Using my extra attack, I'm gonna execute this tiny imp with my short sword.
Are you gonna use Planar Warrior first?
What'd you say?
You still have to actually attack it, so you probably attack and roll damage and stuff. So you probably want to use Planar Warrior first, so you do the most damage.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah, so you pop Planar Warrior and make an attack roll. 18, so that is going to hit the imp. So roll damage. It does hit, but I didn't even check. Pretty sure it's...
Yeah, probably.
18's pretty good. Where's imp at? Yeah, he's only 13. Which weapon are you attacking him? Short sword?
Yes.
Is it a magical short sword? Or silvered?
Let me check. Nope, it's just a normal short sword.
We didn't get our weapon silvered? I thought we got him silvered at some point.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Some weapons got silvered.
Wait,
I thought
let me
that was the
double
other
check.
game.
But everything is not automatically silver for free, so I think everyone got one free silver weapon. Scree has some silver arrows, I think.
Oh, that's probably it.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't say silvered short sword or magic short sword, then you have to get resisted. It's not immune though.
But the force damage will be full damage though, so
oh,
make
you're
sure
right.
to do that
Force
separately.
damage. No.
From Planar Warrior.
Planar Warrior makes
it turns all of it.
damage. Yep. So that's why
okay.
that's why you're good. That's why you got. That's why you took the arrows, I think. So yeah. So full damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So even though that doesn't affect everything, I just want to make sure we're accounting for those mechanics so that people are aware and that we don't miss something. So yeah, go ahead and roll full damage.
Got it. 11 damage.
All right, 11 damage. The imp is still alive, but it looks very injured. It's like, Tinkerbell when it's like, everyone clap or she's gonna die.
I say, Scree, take it to that corner over there, so that you can be ready to fight the rest of these creatures after it's dead.
All right.
Okay, so you run across the room and you're holding the imp. And it's wriggling and squirming.
If we
I
cut
still
its
have
head
my
off,
offhand.
No, you used your. Oh shit. Yes, because we decided offhand attacks are free and don't take a bonus action. So yes, you can make an offhand attack, but you have to make another attack roll.
Okay.
And Zach, what were you asking about chopping its head off?
I was just going to say, if we
Did you hear me?
No. Well, I heard you shout something about a hit.
No, crit!
Oh, okay. Or did you roll with real dice?
Yes.
Okay, I believe
Shut up,
you
you
because
guys!
I believe you.
Do
because
you
got so excited?
So, Zach, say your thing first, but then I need to say something before we resolve that crit.
Yeah.
No,
I
that's
want
fine.
to make sure Zach says his thing. Zach?
Yeah, Zach, you can go ahead.
No, move ahead. It's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
So you attacked it with your main weapon, right? And you're attacking it now with the weapon in your other hand,
Oh.
right?
Which
What hand are you using to hold the imp?
Oh.
You have one of your hands is not free. So it doesn't matter which hand, but one of your hands is holding the imp, so the other hand is the only one that has a weapon. And in order to attack, you have to be holding both weapons at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
Sorry to rain on that crit parade, but I gotta keep it fair.
Yeah. Unless you let it go, but I don't think you. I don't think you could do that. I don't think you could let it go and then draw a weapon and then attack it. You had to sheathe your sword to. Yeah, because this was all in the same turn. So, but you attacked it, so you did damage. So, yeah. Thanks for catching that, Jake. When she asked about her offhand, I'm like, I guess you can, but yeah, you only have 2.
It went by too quick for me to say anything before she started shouting crit.
You should have said that you grabbed him in your beak. And then you couldn't do spells with verbal components. Okay, cool. So in that case, we are going to go to the imp's turn, and he has a choice of either making an acrobatics check to try to get away from you, or he could just sting you, and he's going to sting you. So he's going to try to sting you.
He could also try to turn invisible. I mean, hide.
He could. Technically, I think he's still invisible because he hasn't attacked. But now he's attacked.
Yeah, I meant hide.
Oh, while he's being grappled. Yeah. You would just still know. You would still know where he was because she's holding him, and her hand is like open, so you can tell there's something there.
Where'd he go?
Okay, so you're holding this angry. It's basically like a Japanese murder hornet. It's like this giant stingy thing, and it is so angry at you, and it doesn't even try to get away. He just wants to try to sting you, and that's going to be 14 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, so his sting misses you, fortunately, and now it is Victusa's turn. Oh yeah, I didn't go to the next one. Now it's Victusa's turn. And Victusa is going to just stand there. And she's going to ready an action. A what?
I see her acting, and I see her hesitating to act, and I draw my mace and I hold it up and I say, come on, come and fight me. Abashi, I'll destroy you at the same time we're killing that imp. and I wink at her with my eye that is that the imp can't see, my right eye. I say, "Come up here and fight me face to face."
Okay.
But like, wait until you get up there. Like we have to do the whole thing where you bow and all that. Fight me in like what do you call it? Honorable combat.
She looks at you and she kind of like nods, like she gets what you're saying, but then at the same time,
please don't kill me.
then she gets like this confused. Yeah, she gets like this confused look, like honorable. What are you talking about? But she's like, she kind of like nods at you, and then she.
All right, somebody get the money ready to freaking resurrect him.
She
trying to put on a good show, so this imp when it poops. Wait, it's just gonna die anyway. It's an imp. It's not gonna go anywhere. But whatever.
Yeah, this is just like you're torturing it, making it think it has a chance.
There might be like some kind of a spell on it where it's reporting everything that it sees immediately. Like, so I don't know. I want to have as good of a chance with Victusa as we can by the end of this.
Cool. So. Okay. What? Really? Interesting. Okay, I can't use that. She has this really cool ability called Reckless, and it's kind of like a barbarian thing. She gets advantage on all her attack rolls this turn, but then for until the start of her next turn, everyone else has advantage against her.
Oh yeah.
But she
That's
does
a
not use
barbarian
that.
thing, I think.
Yeah. So this is like white Abishais are like the lowest rung of Abishai, and they're kind of like frontline warrior types. So they are really good warriors and have resistances and stuff, but they don't have a lot of like magic or spells or anything like that. CR6, by the way, just letting you know. And she's going to swing her long sword at you, and it misses and cuts clean through the air. Who's to know if she missed on purpose? And then she slashes at you with her claws, and the claws also miss.
I just thought of something interesting for that. So yeah, she missed, right? But you can't just attack and miss. That's not a thing. If you attack, you attack. But attacking implies you're actually trying. You could just move your sword down and swing your sword at the air and make it look like an attack without actually making an attack roll. That's just a put it in the back of your head thing. Not you and me. I'm just saying it out loud.
Oh shit! No, I'm gonna do a performance check.
Yeah. Like
I mean, I'm not telling you that.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't care. It's between the NPCs, but like, yeah, you cannot make an attack roll and try to fail. If you're attacking, you're attacking, but it doesn't have to be an attack roll. I just thought of that. I'm gonna use that at some point in the raw, like, anyway.
Well, you could think of it as like a Smash Brothers taunt. Like she could use her action to do a gesture of it looking like it's an attack, which maybe would be a performance check. But it doesn't matter because it already happened, and I'm not going to tell you what I did. And maybe that is what I did. Maybe that is what I did. Maybe I rolled something, or maybe I rolled nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
It's the cultist's turn now, and they're just like, no. So they're gonna walk over here, and they're gonna surround there. He's gonna stay right here though. They're gonna surround like these guys, but they are not attacking you. They're just like, nope, not gonna do it. Like arms folded, and it's your turn, Rexlor.
Spells do I have left? I say, nice try, but you won't stop me from getting rid of this imp first. I cast Hidden Step and turn invisible so that she can't opportunity attack me, and I walk over to the imp and I attack from invisible, which neutralizes the advantage because he can't see me, but I can't see him. So a straight attack roll,
Yep.
And I attack it with my mace, and I say, I'll take care of you after this thing's dead. And I appear as my mace comes down, and I don't think that is in here. Oh, I haven't attacked. Yeah, they fucked up this interface. It won't let me scroll all the way up.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not you. It's this fucking. There it goes.
It tries to do too much. Like, a lot of it's really cool, but it tries to do everything, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I tried to sit here and program every single one of Lily's abilities into it, and it just got corrupted and stopped at a certain point.
I like the map, and I like how easy it is to add tokens and do stuff like that. The other ones are way more complicated and annoying. But yeah, they're not the greatest at getting into the details. I'm just customizing this thing so I can make it a one-click later. It's 1d8 plus strength plus 1.
Yeah, for anyone watching, we're using
mace.
tableplop.com, TABLEPLOP, and it's free, and it's really, really awesome. So it'll probably be gone in a couple years, just like every other tool. It's awesome.
Probably
every cool D&D tool, it like comes out. It's like, wow, this is so cool, and then it ends up getting shut down somehow.
Okay, so I'm rolling this roll. I think it's gonna work because I just edited the default one, but it should be a +8 to hit and +5 damage. So if it's not that, then I'll just add it manually. And this is with Heaven's Fall, my mace, so it will deal an additional 1d4. Oh,
nice.
If it hits, but I'll roll that after I roll it, or, after it hits or not. Okay, 25 to hit, 8 bludgeoning. It's magical. Does the imp die?
Okay, so it's gonna look at you as you're bringing your mace down, and it says, "I'll remember you, Raxlor. Lucille will hear of this, and she will be speaking to you personally." And then, but personally is cut off because your mace just like squishes it, and like Scree sees your mace swinging towards his hand, and he's like, "Squawk!" So, like, he lets go at the last second, and your mace just clubs it into the wall, and it's like swatting a fly, and it just goes, "Gick!" So it's like...
That's exactly what I was imagining.
"Lucille will be speaking to you, personal gick!" And then splat against the wall, and it's just all this imp goo, like black ichor and stuff. And
I killed an enemy on Skyrim earlier, and it was like a full-on human just sitting there, and I hit it so hard that it ragdolled up into the wall and got stuck in a flag up on the wall, and I was like, huh, all right, stronger than I thought. So basically that, I turn to Victusa and I say, now that that's out of the way, can we continue our negotiation?
Victusa looks at you and says, "Very clever. Yes, I suppose I underestimated you. Yes, that imp was a direct, what do you call it?
Conduit?
Well, I was gonna say emissary, but spy. That imp was a personal spy of Lucille's. Anything that transpired here certainly would get back to her. But even still, if I leave this town, Lucille will destroy me. But I must tell you, I have grown tired of following Zariel. Ever since she dragged this city into hell, things were a lot better around here when Bel was the archdevil. Ever since Zariel has been put in charge, I don't like it. She was an ally of Tiamat's long ago, so I feel obligated to serve her, but I would really rather serve Archon than Lucille. But I could make no deal with you unless I knew for certain that I could have refuge at Archon's tower so that Zariel would not seek vengeance upon me. In addition, I would need to find a way to get out of this town without being destroyed by Lucille, who is literally 500 feet right underneath our feet. So, what's your plan? What is the name of your race? Furbolg.
Furbolg.
So what is your plan, Furbolg?
Well, wait, you're a Furbolg?
What?
You're a Furbolg?
Yeah.
Holy shit, did not know. Okay.
I say...
He looks like Big E, but yeah, that's a Furbolg, Big E.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically Big E with a big honking red reindeer
Gotcha.
nose.
It's a nature biggie.
It's a nature Big E. I say, what exactly were the orders that were given to you that you have to follow? Because it sounds to me like you're trying to. I would just like to let you know I don't personally care about the lives of any of the people here other than my allies. I'm just trying to. I've got some personal business down here, and these people happen to be, got to an unfortunate circumstance, and it's part of what my business is happens to involve saving them. So it's in my interest that they stay alive, but I don't have any personal interest in them. What exactly do you need to do here in order to fulfill your orders to Lucille? What's the bare minimum?
The command I received was to harvest the souls that belonged to Zariel, that I should bring back one way or another the soul of every citizen of Elturel.
I say, so this contract that you had written, which I understand you may have been under,
Duress.
direct pressure from that imp, under duress, while you're writing. It seems to me like you were intending to kill everyone here anyway, regardless of what the contract says. Is that true?
I'm totally, just to be very clear, I care nothing for any of these mortals, and I would happily slaughter them all for target practice. But what I really want to do is no longer serve Lucille. If she commands me to kill, I will kill, but certainly if it means my freedom from her so that I can go back to working for Archon, I would happily allow them to live. They mean nothing to me, dead or alive. They're just a means to my end.
I say, right, but we're talking about getting you out of here safely, and you're saying that if you leave here without doing your duty, then you're going to be in trouble. Is that right?
If I'm spotted, certainly. Maybe we could get me out of this city in a way that is not directly down. I don't want to see Lucille again at all, if I could help it. If I could help it, we would all escape, but the problem is, if we leave this city, I got wings, but they don't make me fly. I'm pretty sure. Let me actually double check, because if she can fly...
Pretty sure I have the fly spell.
That changes things a lot. She can fly 40... Actually...
Yeah, I have the...
She can fly,
she can fly. That's not a... Yeah, so that's not a problem for her.
I have the fly spell, just in case.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But she can fly. And so what does she want?
I say we have, just while you're thinking about what she wants exactly and how to phrase it, I say we have no quarrel with devils or evil or anything like that. We're all here on our own personal agendas, and the dealings of devils have nothing to do with that unless it coincides with us. So we're willing to do anything we need to do, even if it means helping you. I know you're probably used to mortals who just have it out for you and want to kill you and stop you from doing what you're doing, but I would be happy to do what we can do to assist you into getting where you need to go, and serving who you want to serve. I think that everyone should have a right to work a job that they want to work and not feel like they have to continue working a job just because it gives them benefits, like staying alive. I say, so if you'll free all these people and leave this temple, then I will do everything in my power to get you safely into the loving arms of Archon, and I'll use the communication. We can use the communication in the mirror that Zoe has in order to let them know to come and get you, that you want to change sides.
I'm going to stop role-playing for a second with her so that I can make sure that I just talk to you about the mechanics correctly. So, what she wants is just a guarantee, basically, that she could have refuge with Archon. She doesn't want to get there and then find out, like, oh no, he's not accepting new members right now, and then she's got nowhere to go. Like, it needs to be, she needs to, if she's leaving the Bloods, she wants to know the Crypts are gonna have open arms for her. But she can,
We could
she
use
can
them
get
there for
off.
that.
Yeah, so she can get off of here, no problem. She'll just fly off. Lucille will just be waiting and won't know necessarily without the imp to report back. Probably the imp is going to be reborn as a Lemure and eventually could get the information to her. But by then, this Abishai, she could make it probably to Archon's tower. So all she needs is a guarantee, basically, that Archon is going to accept her if she shows up at his door.
So I tell her that we have a direct link, and it's a sending spell, so it only lets us send 25 words back and forth. But I will gladly use that to communicate the situation to them in 25 words or less. And if they I ask her if they reply in the positive, would that be sufficient guarantee for her that they would accept her?
She says, if you receive a guarantee from Ultis, the cult leader, that will be good enough for me. I won't even require any contracts to be signed. So yes. So if you get a response back, you get one message, one 25-word message, and if the response that you get back is yes, Victusa can come live with me in my party mansion, then she's good. Then she's ready to check out. Now these other cultists, they can't fly, so they got to figure out their own thing. But they weren't going to kill you anyway. Like, it's like, whatever.
Can they join our party? Can they join our party?
They're not interested in joining your party. I mean,
they're not, or you're not.
Well, okay. So they're dragon cultists, but they're working for devils, so they would have to, go back down and explain themselves. However, I mean, you're also trying to work down the dragon path, so it's a fine line to walk, but I don't know, maybe you suggest to them that they stay here, but I don't know. I mean, they're still evil, like they're not looking to do good, but maybe they don't want to go back down and face the wrath of Lucille, so they decide to just hang out here for a while. So you guys can talk to them, but that's going to all depend on, your response from Ultis. So Victusa is going to give you some time. She's going to say, I'll give you some time to craft your sending message, because that could really make the difference here. And now you guys can create your 25-word message.
Hi, it's me, Zoe. Remember me? Listen up, because I only have 25 words to send this to you.
Is 25 one word or two words? Is it hyphenated?
It's hyphenated.
Wait, can we do the sending spell in German so we can just use like big compound words? And we're just we only need 3 words.
Yes.
What if we just hyphenate every word? We make it a run-on sentence.
Yep.
One really long word.
Whatever.
So basically, what we want to try and communicate is that we have, and this is
you're talking to your party, right? Because you have to come up.
Yes.
So you copy and paste to me the 25 words when you guys are done.
Yep. I'm discussing it with them, and Yep.
Okay.
So
cool.
we need to come up with. Okay.
Yep.
What did you say?
He said, yep, because I said, in other words, he's going off to smoke. And then he goes, yep.
Oh.
I'm not going off to smoke.
Bubble. So we need to communicate, because they don't know anything about us other than they were like, hey, you did a favor for us. Thank you for that. If you need us, if you need a favor, call on us. So we need to say that we're calling in our favor, our help, and that it's not really that big of a deal because, it's a powerful ally that we're going to be sending to them. We just need a guarantee that person will have refuge, and to please send back a message that says that they guarantee that. So the end of the message should say, please reply immediately. So that's 2 words. Reply immediately.
What's
What?
the name of the person again who wants to defect?
Victusa, but we don't necessarily need to say that. I think we can probably throw it in there just so she knows that when she goes and says her name that they'll know. But other than that, we don't need. They might not know her by name. So yeah, Victusa LF Guild. So found ally. Found powerful ally. Abashi Victusa. Found powerful ally. Abashi Victusa. That's 5. And then requires refuge under what was the guy's name? Arc what was it?
Altus was the Dragon Cult leader, and he's under Arcris Unreal or
Archon.
something.
Requires guarantee of refuge. Requires guaranteed refuge under Archon. That's 5 words. Please allow
Do you accept new ally or?
Please, yeah, we still got. That was only 10 words so far. We still got plenty. So we've got this person, and they require refuge under Archon. I guess we don't even really need 25, but what other information? It's about density of information. What other information do we need to communicate to that? So we've got
I don't know.
10 more words, and then please reply. Please confirm immediately. Urgent. Maybe say on her way now, and then please confirm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's really 25 is just so you're not like having full on conversation. It's like you can send a message.
Stuck on a Twitter.
Yeah, it should be a character limit. Except Japanese character limits are unfair because they can fit a whole lot more into single kanji.
That's true.
Crap, what was it? Will be heading over immediately. Please confirm. Please confirm that she will be. Please confirm her acceptance in your reply.
Yeah.
So, 10 words. It explains who she is, what she's doing, and then we'll be heading over immediately. Please confirm her acceptance in your reply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12. That's 22 words. And then please urgent reply immediately. So now I'm going to type all that out as a single word that I can.
I didn't disconnect it.
No, I'm just typing and we're waiting for Nick to come back. Or
Okay.
I'm here.
I guess you're there. Okay. I'm just typing this out, making sure it's under 25. 4, 5. Found powerful ally, Abashi named Victusa. Requires guaranteed refuge under Archon. Will head over immediately. Please confirm her acceptance in your reply. Urgent, reply immediately.
If everyone's okay with that, that's what I'll send.
And then I sit there twiddling my thumbs, hoping that we get a positive response. Wait, so... hold on.
Do I speak it through this, or do I type it in?
So, it doesn't say that you have to speak it, but because you're sending it, you send it and it hears it in its mind, and then it says it can answer in a like manner immediately. So, Victusa is not even going to hear the reply. So, if we need to, depending on how they receive it, you could always lie and tell her something different. If they say no, we don't need anyone. You could say, "Oh yeah, he told us you could come." Hopefully that's not necessary, but if it is, then you're the one with deception. So
he also says that he has 1,000 people to give your souls over to that you can slaughter, not just 100. So man, this is awesome.
She says that sounds like a lot more than 25 words. Oh yeah, he's got like extra sending. He used another couple spell slots.
Wait, that's not how mirrors work.
It doesn't say the reply has to be 25 words, does it?
Reply in a like manner.
Like manner. So,
Gotcha.
Unless it really matters, you look in the mirror and you say his name, Ultis, and then you speak your message into the mirror, and Ultis does not count as one of the words. And then you would see how the response comes. But you look in the mirror and speak whatever it is that you want to say. And you see a little counter, and every time you speak a different word, you see this little counter go tick, 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 like counting up. And then it's like, oh crap, I can't backspace. And then it takes all those words too, because you say it out loud, and you're like, no, damn it. Hey,
wait, you said...
can we have 24 hours?
Control Z.
Can we speak in binary? Can we do like... no, I'm just kidding.
What's a binary?
Yeah, and you program like a loop. You program like a machine language loop, and it does this complex like algorithm or something. Copy and paste the message into Discord.
Oh, in Discord, okay.
Yep. And doesn't matter because you're not looking at it anyway. But I'm gonna put it up on the screen here, and then I'm gonna read it, and then I'm gonna. I don't care.
In-game?
Whichever one. Oh, yeah, in game. Oh yeah, because it's not And also, there's no rules on punctuation, right? So could you use punctuation to to like do like word art or something?
Morse code.
Okay, I'm just putting a nice big there. Okay. So you look into the mirror and it shimmers, and then you see your own face appear like through a fog in the mirror, and you say Ultis, and you feel the mirror.
How is that different from how I normally see myself in the mirror anyway?
And you say you say Ultis, and when you do, you feel it start to glow and hum like some sort of a smartphone. And then you speak the words, found powerful ally, Abishai named Victusa, requires guaranteed refuge under Archon, will head over immediately. Please confirm her acceptance in your reply. Urgent, reply immediately. And that is, how many words is it? Come on, stupid word doc. It's like the one thing you're good at is telling me how many words. Oh, that's 27 words.
What?
Did you miscount?
Well, that's word.
I counted 25. It's counting the dashes.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I delete a dash. Oh yeah, it is counting the dashes.
Yeah, it is. It's 25 words.
So no, I guess it's like a telegram. There's no punctuation. You just have to kind of like, infer through context. Like certain people's Facebook posts. There's this one lady.
Oh my god! I know.
0 punctuation, all in lowercase, because she does like a text to speech thing. So sometimes the words are wrong.
It's not that hard to say period or question mark. It does it for you.
Oh yeah, so sometimes she'll post something and it has punctuation, and I'm like, oh, that's a copy pasta. She didn't type that. Okay, so you send that message, and after you finish speaking, then the mirror goes, message sending, and then you see a little animation of an envelope like folding up and then floating away like old 1990s internet.
Yeah.
And then you stare at the mirror, and it goes back cold, and you're looking at it, and you wait a second, and you wait another second, and then it goes zzz, 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 like a phone, and the mirror lights up, and you see the face of Ultis appear in the mirror, and he says, "The cultist you have contacted is not at home right now."
We're trying to reach you, but your car's extended warranty.
Please leave a message. No, he says. Oh, that'd be.
I'm going to do that the next time we short or long rest. I'm going to call Altus every day to ask him about his car's warranty. He's going to rue the day he gave me that fucking mirror. He's going to hate me.
Oh, but it's like a death machine or whatever, so he definitely wants the warranty. Does it cover acts of Archdevil? Okay, so being the DM, I'm going to just be meta and not do the 25-word message. So, but the information he gives to you is, he says, that sounds great. I just ran her dragon credit and it's outstanding. We would be more than happy to have her here. Don't worry about Lucille. I'll talk to Archon. He can deal with her. She can come on over anytime. We're happy to have her. Talk to you soon, friends. Also, hope you're having fun in Avernus. Hope you write your sunscreen.
Don't worry, it's a dry heat.
No, it's not. In hell, it's absolutely not.
I am not sweating much at all.
It's just exactly Houston. No change. It's like, oh wow, I knew it. I knew it.
Where was I gonna go? Detroit?
Okay, so after you get the message back, which you did hear like with sound, but you're kind of far away. So Victusa looks at you with hopeful eyes and says, "What did he say?"
Can I? No, I won't screw around any longer.
And then you lie and say that he didn't accept her, and then we pull out our weapons and we fight anyway. And we wasted the last 2 hours.
Oh, that's like what I did. That's like what
How
I
do
did
you like it?
And then we toss a Blockbuster Video gift card on the court. It's like a Mafia hit calling card.
Wait a minute, Blockbusters, no!
Why does this card look familiar? It says that's its dies. I feel like I've seen this before.
Who would buy a $50 Blockbuster gift card? It's $5 to rent for the weekend.
It looks familiar, like the scratches on it. I've seen this exact one before.
In 50 years, we'll be watching this video and go, oh, wow, Blockbuster Video. Do we have those in 2020? No, they were already gone by 2020.
Nick, there's no way I'm going to be here 50 years from now.
Oh, okay. So anyway, so Victusa looks at you and says, what did he say? What did he say?
See, I'm so tempted to hold my hand out like an emperor, or gladiator pit, and this kind of wave my thumb up and down a little, and then I start to dip it down, and then big thumbs up and a big smile.
She claps her claws together and says, "Oh, hooray! Oh, that's great! I'm really looking forward into getting with the dragon devils again. Oh, I so tire of devils. Just the same crap over and over again. Contracts and evil schemes. At least dragons try to take over the world and destroy it and, do something cool with it. Devils just want to screw around and fight battles and crap. Anyway. Okay, so you have...
They said they'd
you
be
have
happy to
gained-
have you, so you're good.
You have gained the allyship of Victusa the White Abishai, which there are no mechanics in the book for doing that. Like, you're definitely supposed to kill her, but you guys have been forging the dragon path. And I gave you an explicit item that I totally made up that said, hey, if you ever find dragon cultists, so you use that as a get out of battle free card, and it only took twice as long.
It was a lot more fun this way, though. I love battles, and I really don't like role-playing as much normally, but this was a lot more fun than fighting it.
Yeah. I mean, you've done a lot of battles in a row, so it's
Nick's
nice to
like,
have
sure.
an encounter that you... yeah, but, everything doesn't have to be battles. I like to have... Because there are so many battles, I like to have opportunities to be like, okay, you can avoid the battle if you come up with something cool. So basically while that imp was there, she wasn't going to say anything. So she's willing to let you go, but she is an evil creature. So it's not like, everyone's all buddy, but she is content to, so her plan is she's going to basically just go and fly. She's leaving. She's going to go and fly off the city and fly off to Archon's tower. She's pretty sure that she can find it on her own. As for the cultists, they actually look at you and they're like, well, I guess we're gonna go and climb down the chain, and if we survive the way down, then hopefully Lucille doesn't kill us, but we made our decision, so guess we'll be going now. And then they just kind of start slowly filing towards the door.
Any of you want to toss like your magic weapons or items you might have on you? That way they don't get destroyed with you when you go down the chain in a few minutes. Would you put them to good use?
I say, don't worry about protecting our honor or whatever. Tell them that we defeated Victusa, caused her to flee, and you also just barely escaped with your lives. You don't have to tell her what happened. Just say that some adventurers came in, and I mean they're going to be pissed off at us anyway. So, you can throw us under the bus.
Yeah, we kind of already walked in and pissed all over the place and kicked some chairs.
Yeah,
over.
yeah. Say that we let you live, and let you flee because we were the good guys. And then if you see us in the future, like recognize us and give us like some kind of a signal, like wink at us, and we'll make sure not to kill you as long as you don't attack us. Because I'm sure that if you go back to what's her name, that we'll encounter you later in the future. So you six. We got the little wink. Remember, you'll recognize me, and we got the little wink. You got my shield. You got my mace. You'll know us. So if at any point, just let us know that you know us.
Can I stick out my hand and high five them as they walk out of the room one after another? Like, when you want a baseball game versus the losers? And I'm just going to sit here and say, good game, good luck, good game.
Okay, yes, that happens.
I want to do that.
In response to your suggestion, they actually say, hey, that's a great idea. Because, they'll just get assigned to some other devil, probably a dragon devil and Abishai, and go off and do some evil schemes. But they tell you that the only way that that's really going to be acceptable, and they're not your friends, they're just like, because you told them in the future, they say, as long as you have that dragon scale, we won't kill you. We're going to go, we're still working for Lucille, but we will lie and say that you killed the Abishai, because, we like her. She's been a good, commander and stuff, so we're going to help her out. But we really will need to give Lucille your names. We'll need to make you known to her, and she's probably going to be looking for you. But we won't tell her, anything about you or where you are or anything. We're just going to say, some adventurers defeated Victusa, and we fled with our lives. And And
I say,
whatever.
I say, you don't need to know the names of my companion, but you can bring my name back to her and proclaim the defeat of her minions. My name is James M. Hansberger. I live, and that's the name I want you to bring back and tell her officially that defeated you.
Or you know the last name was Hansberger, but you don't know the first name, so she'll just have to be careful and make sure and take care of all of the new Ty Brown.
Fear all Hansbergers across the land. But no, I'm giving them a fake name. I don't think we said our names at any point in this.
I have said Raxlor and Scree a bunch of times. Well,
That's
Scree
true.
only like twice. I have said Raxlor a lot.
We've definitely said. I tell them. I say, my name is Raxlor, but the pseudonym I go by, my conquering, what do you call it? My conquer sona is James Hansberger. So tell her that name. But I mean, if she really needs to know my true name, it's Raxlor. But I prefer Hansberger.
They say
My name's
no,
Sully.
an
You can
alias.
call me whatever you want.
Yeah, they say an alias will do. But we'd like to have a name for each of the three of you, since you're the three parties that defeated the Abishai. But you can give us any name that you like. However, it probably won't make a difference because she's still going to be looking for you. She'll just have the wrong name. But it'll be harder for her to track you down, so probably. But anyway, okay, so your name is James Michael Hansberger, because then eventually you'll be like face to face with Lucille, and then it'll be like, so James Hansberger. It's like the Animorphs. Like Visor 3 just assumes that they're Andalites because they can turn into animals, and it's like, right. don't tell him we're humans. So he knows that he's hunting these 5 people that can morph. He just doesn't realize that they're human children that he would have a chance of finding. So now
I forgot about that twist.
Scouring for the name James Michael Hansberger. So Scree, they look at you. What name shall we give them for you? And they will describe you. They will say there was a Kenku ranger, and like they're going to describe your party, but you can give a different name to help you not be found as easily. And Zoe, what's your name? What name can you give?
Man, it's very, very...
I know, Raxler took the good one.
I think.
Okay, so if you ever watch the show Trailer
Donald
Park Boys...
Trump.
Wait, what?
My name
Donald
is
Trump?
Donald Trump.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if that'll work. I think he's already pretty well known down here. Yeah. Also, Rush Limbaugh, like he's down here somewhere.
Reagan.
Yeah, Reagan's down here.
All of
And
the
it's
Reagans.
it's like wait, but Trump is down here, but this is like he's not dead. And it's like no, but he's still down here. Like goes back. And
there's
forth all
his
the
soul.
time.
He's straddling the fence. One leg's in hell and one's just barely hanging on.
Scree, have you come up with a name that you give to so this is the name that you will be made known, infamous to the main general of Zeriel, and she will hunt you to the end of the earth. And what's this name that you're going to be known by?
Yeah, no, give me a funny name. Bronco.
Okay, you give the name Bronco.
Call me Nano. And then I start laughing really loud.
Call you what?
Nano.
Nano?
Yes.
Is that an in-joke?
No.
Okay. Okay, so James M. Hansberger, Bronco, and Nano. So that's... I'm surprised that that's not your actual PC names that you picked.
Oh, it's the next one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way I'm gonna be alive for that long.
I am not one to talk. My character's name is literally Begee Hansberglin.
It is.
And next game, I'm probably gonna be his sister. Okay, so they take your names and they say, all right, well, it'll take us some time to climb down the chain, so no rush. And yeah, bye. We're checking out, and they leave. And the Abishai bows before you and says, it was a pleasure making a deal with you, even if it wasn't the traditional sort of devil deal. Perhaps I'll see you at Archon's Tower. And then she leaves back the way she came. And they all leave, and they walk up to the top of the church, and they exit out the church door. And now, there are no more devils in the entire hall.
Hey.
Yay, you saved the refugees. I mean, theoretically, like, they're pretty safe.
I twiddle my thumbs and I say, so, we're gonna get out of here. You guys gonna be alright? I mean, we saved you from the devils, but you're still kind of trapped here. No. Anything we can do to help?
I'm gonna move all these down here. Okay. Yeah, so Feria is going to say, I think we've all had a very long day. Let us retreat back. Let us retreat to the main room where the rest of us are taking refuge. And
oh yeah.
That's
where we were heading in the first place.
Although day and night are don't really exist here, the sky is always a scorched black. We have a form of timekeeping, and it's about time for a long rest, I think. So let's go chill out and converse and figure out what's going on next. And she is going to walk this way. And what? Okay, so this is like a whole bunch of people, but really it's like a handful, and I have names. I think
you said hundreds. Oh.
This is not the other people. You'll see.
Right.
So I'm just gonna unhide the whole room, and then you guys can place yourself wherever you want. We'll jam all the NPCs in there, and then we can kind of do our role play and stuff. So while I'm doing that, in here is just like the other leaders of the mob. This is not all hundreds of people. It's probably like, 5 or 6 people. There are 3 NPCs that I have names for, and also like positions and like who they are in the city, but unless that comes up because someone's dying or someone asks a question, I'm not gonna go into it. But I'm just letting you know kind of what they are. So Feria is she's just an acolyte, like just a sage, like a lower level person in the church, like not a newbie, but like lower level. And oops, zoom in a little bit. So you guys can move to here. Oh wait, I can do snap players there. So this is the room, and if you want to place your characters by these fountains, these are actually fountains of holy water. So you can refresh yourselves in this water. Feria tells you this is holy water. So yeah. So let me instead of moving stuff around, let me try to roleplay a little bit. So like half-assed. So Feria leads you back to this room, and she says, "Yes."
Can we go get our allies from the altar too?
Yep. Here, I'll just drag them over.
Yeah.
Oh crap. I'm just gonna like kind of move. You can move your characters wherever you want. I'm just kind of like moving them all around. And I'm not going to move the people from the other room, but we'll just do this to remember that they're here. Well, here. There's only a couple more, so... This guy here. This guy here. This crap. I'll just stick this over here. And... yeah, that's good. Okay, so Feria is speaking to you, and she says, She says that she's not even a high-ranking person in this church. She was more of kind of like a mid-level. She's been working this for years, but wasn't in a position of high leadership. But when I should have a reference book in front of me, but no, I think I can wing it. So when they were all dragged down into hell, many of them died, but the Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate, Ulder Ravengard, did survive, along with a group of about a dozen of his men that he brought with him. They were here, but in their absence, and besides that, I'm the highest ranking official left in Elturel. There's a couple other people here that she doesn't bother introducing you to, because I'm not going to roleplay that, but there are other, one guy is the Undersecretary of Treasury, and the other person is the Knight of the Army. In fact, Rhea recognizes her and goes over and kneels before her, and she's like, "Oh, so-and-so, it's you." So, actually, I have their name. Okay, so Hilda Cass is the highest-ranking Elturian knight who has survived the Cataclysm, so I am going to tell you these characters. This kind of helps tell you what's going on, I guess. Rhea kneels before her and says, I finally made it back to Elturel to help defend you guys. Wober Trist was the Undersecretary of the Treasury, so now he's the acting secretary, basically the head of the civilian government around here. And then the other guy is some ambassador from some other place, and he's been handling logistics and supplies, and no one's that into him. So they were really hoping that Ravengard was going to help them out. And this area here under the church has plenty of water. They've got these wells of holy water. They've got food and rations for even over 100 people. They could last them, months. And they had the holy energy of the church to help repel the devils. But one of the people that they let refuge in the church early on in the fall, it turned out was bad. And he desecrated one of the altars. And when he desecrated it, it lowered the defenses temporarily, which were coordinated with a strike of the devil's assault. So that's what happened right before you got here. Now that you've cleansed the altars and killed all the devils, the holy energy has been restored. And so the refugees should be safe here for a good period of time. I mean, not forever, because the city is still getting slowly dragged down into the river Styx, but you have secured this location, and the refugees are now able to wait for you to try to save the city, if that's what you do. However, in the chaos just before the battle, in fact, this is how it was coordinated. Once the energy was brought down, Ravengard decided that he can't just stay here hiding, that he needs to find a way to conquer the evil force that's causing this and to save the city, because he's the this big dude, so that's what he's gonna do. He's the king of the city and blah blah blah. So he's like, I just go save everyone. Well, to do that, he went to retrieve a magical helmet, which allows a person to communicate with the god Torm. It's called the Helm of Torm's Sight. And so Ravengard left this cathedral with his army, the rest of his army that had survived, to go to retrieve the Helm of Torm's Sight from the other end of the city. Not long after he left was when the devils attacked. So that seemed to be the coordination, is draw down the defenses, lure out Ravengard, assault the cathedral, leave no survivors. Now that you've defended the cathedral, now everyone will be able to be hopefully safe here for for the time being. But she worries about older Ravengard because he's been gone for a while now. And, Gary Gygax said that nothing in your game counts unless you're meticulously accounting for time, which I totally appreciate, And it's like, but how many hours? But how many minutes? But I'm hand-waving that because that's not a complexity that I'm going to be dealing with right now. But that's basically, so Elder Ravengard's been gone for a while. He could have been back, but he's not. You guys saved this place. But now the chief concern is their hope for a plan and what to do next was with older Ravengard retrieving the Helm of Torm's sight. And that's the situation. And he hasn't returned. While you guys think of what to ask next, I'm going to check my notes and see if there's anything else that she needs to tell you at this point. Oh, she mentions to you that she was, when she's telling you, oh, I'm not even a high-level person, she says, I'm just a mid-level acolyte, an expert on possessions and exorcisms. So, you specifically hear the fact that she's an expert on possessions and exorcisms, just in case that ever comes up. She just happened to mention that. She's the highest...
Is my shield possessed?
She's no, not like that.
Okay.
She's the highest ranking spiritual leader alive here, although she's only an acolyte. And she tells you that with older Ravengard gone, she says now our last hope is that Thavius Krieg will return to lead us, and I haven't seen him since before the fall. He left the city mysteriously right before the fall happened, but that's our last hope, is that he will return and save the day.
I say, yeah, we can only hope.
You don't want to tell me?
I'm sure it was just a coincidence.
I'll let Rhea do. I think that's Rhea's place if she thinks that it's important to do that.
Okay, so Rhea looks at you when she says that about Thavius, and you just kind of like nod at her, and then she looks and she says, Acolyte Jinx, I'm sorry to inform you, but our high priest, Thavius Krieg, it was he who forged the deal with Zariel. He bound us via the oh my god, what's it called? The Creed Resolute, that book which you hold in your very hands. He twisted it and cursed this city and sold us all. This fall is his fault. He's not coming to save us. I know this because we met him on the material plane. We saw the devilish cult he was in league with. We found even the puzzle box containing his contract, verified by no less than Elminster himself and Silvira Savicus in Candle Keep. Thavius Krieg was executed by our hand, but I fear that may not be the last time we see him. If we have any luck, he won't return to this city. And Feria stumbles back, shocked, all dramatic, and she sits down on the floor and she looks at the Creed Resolute book in her lap, and she kind of tosses it off to the side, but not too much abandon, when you throw away something but you still really love it, but you're really upset about it. So it's stupid phone, set you down gently.
Or the number of laptops I broke while playing League of Legends.
Yeah. And she sets it down, and she buries her head in her hands for a second, and she shakes her head, and Rhea says, don't worry. She says, we're going to free Begee, and that's going to save everyone. And Furia looks up and is like, what? Begee, what are you talking about? And she says, the companion. Apparently there's a creature named Begee, and if we can free him from the companion, then it'll somehow fix everything. And Feria just looks at her, and she's like, okay, well, no one's getting up there, and that thing is 400 feet wide, so I don't see how anything less than a god itself could crack that thing open. But anyway, be that as it is, if Thavius is gone, we truly have no hope. Whatever, even if Ravengard found the helm and was able to contact Torm and ask him for help and guidance, he's long gone. I don't think he's coming back. If he hasn't come back by now, I fear that we won't see him again. Okay, now let me check what other details she gives you. Okay, a direct devil invasion was met almost by almost the full force of the Hell Riders who remained alive. They all perished, but bought time to fortify a defense and broke the leadership and scattered the forces. Oh, that's pretty exciting. I wish I was saying this in a cooler way. So basically, as soon as they fell into Elturel, there was a direct invasion by the devils. So all of the living Hell Riders who didn't die already in the collapse rushed out to meet them, but they all perished, except for the small group that stayed inside with the flaming fist of Baldur's Gate, Ravengard's people. The Hell Riders outside of the cathedral broke the leadership of the devils and scattered their forces, buying time for the cathedral to be fortified and defended from the inside. During this recent assault, the worst in weeks, many devils were killed, but almost all of the guards were wiped out. This was their last stand. So Ravengard actually left with the last group of 20 paladins and the Flaming Fist that were still surviving. 12 Flaming Fists out of 20. And the other 8 are Elturian Knights. So 8 Knights of Elturel, 12 Flaming Fists, 20 total paladins left with Ravengard. And this last attack killed the final remaining guards, except for Trevik, your friend here. He is literally the last guard alive, and that is because he's a coward, and he fled and hid. And then bullet point 6 was the only one that I remembered. Yes. And the place where Ravengard went to retrieve the Helm of Torm's sight is... Oh, wait. This is what voice mod is for. So, yes, the location that he went to retrieve the Helm of Torm's sight is...
The graveyard.
The graveyard?
Like the graveyard right outside of the place that we're in?
Spooky.
Or
Not
just a place called the graveyard?
Well, everywhere around here is a graveyard, but a club. Yes.
It sounds like it would be a really cool 90s goth club, the graveyard.
Yeah.
She says the graveyard is to the far west end of the city, which is fortunate because the east end looked like it's about to, crumble. So far to the west of here is the graveyard, and there's a crypt there, a crypt of Hell Riders that died long ago. And wait, not that, because there actually is a crypt of the Hell Riders, and this isn't that. There's some kind of special building, some kind of temple-ish thing there in the graveyard. And that's where the Helm of Torm's sight is. So it's not like just laying there in the middle of the graveyard. It's like there's like some kind of a shrine, and you go in it, and the helmet is in there somewhere. But the graveyard is not a safe place to go, because the dead are not remaining dead.
Oh, we can take care of that. Not a big deal.
And then she looks at you and says, I don't think you'll find it so easy to, and she does air quotes, take care of Gideon. Gideon? Anyone?
Gideon?
I
Anyone?
think we'll be fine.
Gideon?
I remember. He's like the biggest, the bad guy in the world or whatever, and yeah.
Well,
push over.
You only heard about him from ghouls that said they served him or something. So this is an actual probably a person you could trust. So So as she says Gideon, mysteriously she like lowers her head and shakes her head as if there's some sort of a tragic story to be known.
I say, oh, Gideon, we've heard that name before. Do you have any more information on him before we go and kick his ass?
She says, "Oh, I would think twice before trying to kick his ass. At this point, we're just hoping to not antagonize him." So, see, the thing is, he was a priest of Elturel here long before the fall, but devils kept appearing to him, pretending to be angels, driving him mad with his beliefs of the blood war and the actions that should be taken, and he pretty much went mad, devoting himself to Zariel by the end. He died in the fall, and we thought that we would be free of him, but all of the evil energy that he created and manifested brought him back to life. And now he claims to serve Zariel, the angel, and commands an army of undead in service of her. If you encounter him, rather than fight him directly, he's quite mad and obsessed with slaughtering demons. In fact, I was wondering why he might not have, why he stayed at the graveyard, but I suspect that it might be because the graveyard somehow is a source of demons appearing in this city, which is strange. The devils we expect, but demons, they shouldn't be able to make it up the chains except very scarce, but we've seen more than we expected, so maybe he's fighting some sort of demon invasion, and maybe you could pull one over on him, but just be careful. He's not one to be messed with lightly. Yeah.
Good to know. So we might not have to fight him directly if we can convince him we're there to kill demons, or if we agree.
Yeah.
He sounds like he's a bad guy, but he's like a really strong bad guy, but he's also like there's the whole hell war between the factions, so we kind of just have to ally ourselves with a side at certain points in order to not have both sides go after us. So
yes. When it's demons versus devils, the good thing about devils is they're really obsessed with killing demons. So any chance that you have to turn a devil on a demon, you might have a chance to make an ally. But they're still devils, and they're not necessarily going to be your friend, especially when they're insane. But insane can help you. It can be really easy to trick an insane person. You might not even need deception checks.
Do we know any insane demons that could help us fight Gideon? That'd be really cool if we met a demon while we're in hell that just happened to be insane and also nice towards us. That'd be really cool if we can convince him to go fight Gideon.
So you're like, do we know any insane, powerful demons? And then you hear, hello. but not really, because he's a devil. So no, not Balrog. Nope. But yeah, maybe you don't need to. It doesn't sound like he's really a direct threat to the cathedral, but definitely someone you have to deal with in order to find a Raven Guard and or this magical helmet. So probably have to deal with them and maybe you do fight him, but you don't necessarily have to fight him as soon as you see him if you can convince him that you're helping kill demons.
Why do devils hate demons so much again?
So the creation of devils is from angels going mad fighting demons. Demons are spawned from the primordial chaos of the universe and were some of the first beings to come into existence. And angels were created by an old dead unnamed god that created angels to fight demons. After fighting demons for so long, some angels went crazy, and in particular Asmodeus was like, you know what? if we're gonna win this blood war, we need to actually be vicious about, killing. And the god that commands the angels kind of sucks. So Asmodeus went
That's
to the
an
bottom of the
understatement.
Asmodeus went to the bottom of the abyss, stole the shard of the abyss, used it to slay the god who created the angels, struck the name of that god from all memory so no one remembers what name it is. But it's the Christian god.
By the way,
And
Nick,
then-
if you ever want to write a metal song, this story right here would make an awesome fucking metal song.
Yes, it would. The fall of... Okay. Then, after killing God, Asmodeus goes down to Avernus and kills Satan. By which I mean Lucifer, also known as Beherit. So Beherit was the king of Avernus, but at the time, Avernus was actually a paradise, which was meant to lure mortals into committing sins because they would want to go to hell. But instead, after Asmodeus killed Satan and took over hell, he transformed hell to a blasted wasteland by waging the blood war there in Avernus. Sorry, specifically Avernus. Avernus was a paradise. Avernus, the place you are right now, was a paradise. But Asmodeus used the river Styx to funnel all of the demon attacks into this one plane, and the non-stop battles between the devils and the demons totally burned and scarred and destroyed and poisoned and blasted this entire land to make it what it is now. Now, the gods didn't like that, Asmodeus killing God and Satan and completely changing how the afterlife works. So there was this giant trial in Sigil, which is the neutral heaven. It's like where the Modrons rule. So the king of the Modrons, basically the judge of all of the planes of existence, held court. On one side was all of the angels, and on the other side was and gods, and on the other side was Asmodeus. And Asmodeus went up and made his argument and said, look, you guys made these rules. I technically played by all of them. You might not like what I did, but I'm only following the rules, and it's the rules that the universe was built with, so you can't really get mad at me for that. And the Modron guy is like, that's a pretty good argument. What about you, angels? What angel is gonna speak against Asmodeus? Asmodeus was originally named Ashmedai, by the way. He was an angel Ashmedai, and at this point, when he fell and became a devil, the first devil, kind of, unless you get into Lucifer, but let's not. So Ashmedai became Asmodeus. So the angels, one by one, testified against all the horrible evil things Asmodeus did. And since Asmodeus was inducing humans to do every evil act, it's a long list. So for days, the hours turned into days turned into weeks, and all of the angels were presenting one by one this list of just all these complaints of all the stuff Asmodeus did. And Asmodeus is just standing there, just looking patient, just waiting for them to finish. So weeks drag on, and then the king of the Modron says, enough! You angels need to get together and narrow it down to 5 more. We're not doing testimony for all of eternity. I'm wrapping up this court. So you need to discuss, and 5 more of you get to testify, and after that, that's it, and I'm making my case. And the angels looked at each other, and some of them began discussing, but then one angel pushed ahead of all the others, and she said, how dare you come up with these arbitrary rules? Everyone else has gotten to speak. I demand a right to speak, and I will not negotiate with that right. Asmodeus is evil and must be destroyed. He has destroyed gods and devils alike. He is a scourge upon the laws of this universe, and I will not rest until he takes the punishment he deserves. Or my name isn't Zariel the Angel.
Dun dun. I've already heard the story, but dun dun dun.
So all the other angels start going, no me, no me, no me, and they get into such fighting and bickering that the king of the Modron says, enough! By your bickering and unable to even come to an agreement on what he did that was so wrong, all you listed was a few thousand things. He made a good argument, so I'm going to decree from now on that Asmodeus is essentially a god, and by the power of his of the shard of the abyss, which I have fashioned into this ruby rod for him, which he must always keep on him, he will now, by the laws of power of the primal forces of the universe, enforce all infernal contracts. And the blood war rages on, devils trying to kill all the demons, demons trying to destroy all of existence. So the devils are kind of good, but in order to build up their armies, they convince mortals to do evil things so that they can have more armies. So they're good in that they're killing demons, which is saving existence, but they're doing it by tricking people into doing evil. And
okay, but do the people not benefit from this? The ones that do the evil?
And it's Faria, by the way. She's just explaining, because she knows all this. So you're talking about it, and she's just explaining it. Does it benefit the people? I mean, you could ask any given devil. I would say maybe some of the higher ranking ones think that it's worth it. Lemure probably doesn't think that it is, but you know, I mean, with devils, it's all about rank and power and law. So you move up the chain by being promoted, by doing what your bosses want. For a demon, you get promoted up the chain by destroying other powerful demons. So for demons, it's chaotic evil. For devils, it is lawful evil. And not just for Zach's benefit, but I know that a lot of that is duplicate for some of you guys, but it's a really important concept of this entire campaign. So anytime someone asks, I will happily explain it. It helps the stream, and it helps all of us kind of remember.
So me asking really fit in here.
Yeah. Well, it's a good time to ask. I mean, you're talking to, can't get much more than an expert of her. I mean, Silvira knew a lot of stuff too, and she gave you some info, but that's been a while ago, and also she's not in hell, so.
Yeah, no, this is interesting.
Yeah. Yep, mechanics going on. So, anything else? Yeah, so, with all that, we can all do a long rest. And I guess, well, it's 10:30. I mean, that was a pretty good session. So do you want to finish up the role play and the long rest? And then when we're done, then we kind of wrap it up, and then we'll start at the beginning of a new day, and then you guys can head towards the graveyard probably.
I think, yeah. I mean, I can't think of any other role play unless anyone else has anything that we need to add, but we can recap when we come back, and if there's anything we like kind of halfway, like do the long rest and stuff, but then come back and say, okay, it's the start of a new day, but was there anything else we needed to recap from the night before?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, of course, yeah, I will, and we can recap anything. The only things I have to, I just want to like hit these points. So one, you have free access to a huge reservoir of holy water. So if you could try to take some with you if you want. I mean, you probably don't have empty vials, but I mean, there's 50 vials worth of holy water in these fountains. So you got a whole bunch of holy water if you want to try to bring it with you somehow. I don't know.
I've got a water skin.
Just go thirsty for a day and
I can drink the holy water. Yeah, it's not poison.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen what's actually in real holy water? It really is.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
So many people's hands just continually contaminating it. All those people not washing them after they use the bathroom. I mean,
mustache hairs floating around.
Stuff people do to it when nobody else is around. The babies they baptize in it. I assume that's how they baptize them.
Okay, but there is one thing for you guys to choose. So as everyone's resting up and, you know, tending their wounds and, you know, getting their things together and relaxing and oh wow, what a rough day it's been. Three characters approach you and say, "Hey, do you want me to stay here and help guard everyone? Or I would be happy to join you on your travels and help you find a home for Lulu and try to save the city. And don't worry, I'm brave and strong, and I'll be a great helper to you. So to replace Lily's character, you guys can choose one of 3 NPC helpers. And this is great because I didn't have them prepared. I think I already know who you're going to pick, but I'm still telling the party. So you guys pick one of them, and they will accompany you basically to replace Rhea. You've had Rhea with you this whole time, and she has done damage, and she's helped out. She takes damage. She can, try to, save allies. Like, she's done a bunch of stuff. But now this is where she was trying to go. She is now home, essentially, and she would like to stay here and defend it. However, Rhea is one of the ones that approaches you. She says that even though this is where her soul calls to her, that she doesn't, she won't be able to truly rest until it's returned back home. So she asks you. She would happily join you in your fight and give her life to try to defeat Zariel and save the city. But if you think that it's better for her to stay here, then she will. I don't want to not say her name. That's rude. What's her name? The dwarf Velcora. She approaches you as well and thanks you for bringing her friend to life. And she says in return, she would, happily stay here and guard the people and rest with her 2 friends and all that. But that also she feels an obligation to join you and help you to stop Zariel and to save the city. And then lastly, Shora, the 12-year-old girl, I don't know if she was 12 before, but she's 12 now, that you saved, tells you that that even long before the fall, she had been studying devils and infernal things because she was fascinated by it, that she's gained a lot of knowledge and skills that could be helpful to you, and that she's even competent in battle and could wield a weapon, and that she's not afraid to die either because she's going to become a devil anyway unless she saves her home. And you can choose one, and Furia says, "Oh, I think it would be great if you guys had some help, but I would like the other 2 of you to stay here. Only one should join. Like in a video game where they force your party size." Also, incidentally, Lily's character Damien is here, and she's gonna just stay here and chill with everyone until everything is saved. She's made some friends, found some kids that she saved her own people, did her own adventures, and she's just gonna stay here for now. So there is your choice.
Did Damien come with us? I thought we ended up leaving Damien in the overworld.
No, she came to the underworld, and at a certain point she said, "You know what? I'm gonna just meet you guys there. I'm gonna go a stealthy route and go on my own."
Okay.
So she made it here, and you haven't talked to her, and you probably don't care, but at some point she made it here with the refugees, probably before the battle, and was not available to help you. So you can either have the dwarf cleric Velcora, Rhea the human fighter, or Shora the rogue. And I'm just realizing they're all female, and you have to. Oh well, it's just how it is. No gender options there. You must pick one of these female NPCs. So Jake was saying he thinks that Shora would be good. So she's kind of like a rogue. It's actually called an expert. It's a sidekick, and it gets hold on, let me actually tell you real quick, because this is really cool. So it gets like a bunch of bonus proficiencies, so you could use her for like knowledge checks that you guys don't have, and you could ask her, during in or out of battle. So that could be really good to fill up some holes and proficiencies you guys don't have.
Did you just call us dumb?
There's uneducated
Our characters.
I know. I'm just screwing around.
Look at your intelligence proficiencies, and you tell me. Okay, so she gets she gets bonus proficiencies. Hold on. Okay, she gets an ability that lets her take the help action as a bonus action. So she could actually like attack or do something and also use the help action to give you guys advantage. She also gets cunning action, so she can do a lot of stuff with her bonus action. She gets expertise, and at level 6, she gets an ability. Okay, check this out. Coordinated Strike. When the sidekick uses its helpful feature to aid an ally in attacking a creature, the target can be up to 30 feet away, and the sidekick can deal an extra 2d6 damage to it the next time the sidekick hits it with an attack roll before the end of the current turn. So basically, she would be like a whole bunch of extra knowledge proficiencies and would make your attacks do more damage. Like, she can help you guys get advantage and things like that. The cleric is a spellcaster sidekick, and spellcasters can either be mage, healer, or prodigy, which is kind of like both. So she'd be a healer, cleric, and basically she just knows some cleric spells. So unless you want a cleric spell mule, there's not much else to Velcora. And then finally there's Rhea. I would change her stats a little bit to make her an actual sidekick instead of a veteran NPC. But there is a... what's it called? It would basically be an equivalent of warrior. Expert. Spellcaster. Oh, it's called warrior. So they get like second wind, improved critical hits, extra attack. So it would be bonuses on fighting. Shora can still fight. And I can't remember what... it's going to be an NPC with a CR of less than 1/2, I think. Yeah, 1/2 or lower. And it's actually not that bad. I think it can even attack twice. I don't know. Anyway, but you guys have to pick now, because otherwise you'll pick next Monday, and then I'll have to do it at the last second. So the three of you talk and decide which one that you're going to pick. And then I guess we long rest and we can end the day. So what do you guys think? Which sidekick would you like?
I want to
Oh
try
boy.
that last one that had all the proficiencies and can help increase our damage and stuff. I think that sounds like it could be more fun.
That could be more fun, but
Which one, Rhea or Shora?
Shora, I couldn't remember her name.
Okay, yeah, Shora is expert, kind of like a rogue, can do damage and buff you guys and have knowledge checks. That's what Jake was kind of saying. It probably fits your party the best as far as what skills that you need. But, you know, I wanted to give you guys a choice. I don't know why you'd pick Velcora, but I wanted to, you know, she's an option. But you could either, if you really like Rhea, you could keep her with you, or she's happy to stay here, and then you get to take, what's her name? From Game of Thrones. Arya.
You mean my child's middle name? Yes, Arya.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you've seen Game of Thrones, right, Zach?
Yeah, up until like the next to the last season, maybe. It was starting to deviate a lot from the books real fast, and it just was kind of like I don't want to finish it until I finish all the books. Then I'll finish Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything. It's really good up until it deviates from the books, and then it just keeps going further and further. And then when you're done, there's just no satisfaction, and then you just want to wait for the books anyway.
Okay, well, I don't feel so bad then about waiting, which is a shame because I would rather wait a couple of years for them to finish Game of Thrones up and have it be the right, yeah. You know.
I know. You know what I think they're going to do? I think that if by some miracle George R.R. Martin lives long enough to finish his last book, that 20 years from now, then I think there'll be like a Game of Thrones movie, and it's like how it should have ended. No, I do not want that.
Seasons 1 through 5 are exactly the same, and then at season 6, all the actors change, and it looks a lot more modernized.
Oh, how about a 3-part movie? They could do a 3-part movie and basically just pick up at the start of season 7, and then just do whatever the book does. Yeah, they could do that. Cool. So you guys are gonna take Arya? Scree?
Well, I mean,
what are your thoughts?
we need healing.
We have 2 healers in our party. 3,
Uh,
2 healers. plus
Three
you.
healers. Everybody's a healer. Oh yeah, I'm a healer in a way.
Yeah, literally all
Okay.
of us have access to healing spells.
I'm down
Yeah,
for the
oh, yeah.
last person. Sound pretty cool.
Rhea, I like Rhea, and she's been with us for a long time, but this is kind of her story arc.
Yeah.
This is where she's from, and she's trying to get back here to save it. So even if she would be the better option, which she's not, her staying here to kind of like, protect her people, defend her temple. Didn't you say the last of the Hell Riders went out to go with what's his name? So they're all gone, or whatever.
I think they all died. Well, because there's Elturian Knights, but those aren't Hell Riders.
Yeah.
And from what I read from my notes, all the Hell Riders are dead except for Rhea. She's the last Hell Rider. Because this other person is like the head of the Hilda. She's like the head of the Elturian Guard or something. But, I mean, it would effectively be Rhea's boss. But really, the Hell Riders answered to Thavius, and he's gone. So, yeah, she really wants to stay here and serve Feria and Hilda and, help rebuild the Hell Riders.
Yeah. Yeah, she's basically the last most powerful knight that the city has. And so for her to also leave and abandon her people and come with us would just be a repeat of what's already happened. So I think she should stay here. If she dies defending her people, then that's what happens. But I don't think it would be right for her to come with us because she doesn't really have anywhere to go. This is where she was trying to get to and trying to save. She could come with us to like try and save the city, but she knows that we'll be doing that anyway. The dwarf person is just annoying. I don't want a dwarf cleric heal bot in our party.
Don't want a dwarf. Don't need a cleric.
Healing. Neither one. Yeah, don't want a dwarf. Don't need a cleric. Exactly. And like think about how many situations we come up on where it's like, oh, make an Arcana check. Oh, investigate this rune, and all of us are like, okay, -1. So having someone who has not necessarily rogue skills, but like intel skills, since none of us has any of that, I think that's the most useful thing. And then her roguish abilities are nice because we don't have to like send her into combat, be like, okay, go hit stuff with the sword and probably die. She can stand back and do stuff, while mostly just helping us with out of combat stuff. Not another NPC we have to boss around in combat and micromanage.
Yeah. No, I like this idea.
2.
Cool. Okay.
Awesome. Then it's official. And also, I was just brushing up on the book real quick. So you don't have to say goodbye to Rhea just yet. So Rhea's going to say that you're right, and she says, but I insist on accompanying you to the graveyard to recover older Ravengard, because I need to make sure that he's okay before I'm not just gonna stay here. I need to make sure he gets rescued. But once you save him, I will stay here in the city while you guys venture into Avernus. And Shura jumps up and down and pumps her fists in the air, and she's like, yes, going on adventure, gonna kill some devils, gonna kill some demons. And then she composes herself, and then she stands like a warrior, and she's like, I will do what must be done. And then she like does like a curtsy, kind of a bow. So
Cut to tomorrow night at the long rest where she's on a spit being alive, and she's singing that same song but a lot more sadder. We're like, sorry.
Hey, she can hide as a bonus action, so she's gonna be like, bye. She will be the last one to die in your party. Yeah, so Rhea is going to stay with you. So, but you can dump all these other freaking NPCs that you've just been collecting along the way, like Pokemon cards. You can just dump them all here, and
like
you
my
can
ex-wife.
Yes.
Dump all of my Pokemon cards.
Oh wow! I just read your chat. I never read the the what's his face, the table plot chat,
Table
and then I'll
plot.
look down and then I'll see some funny joke that you made from like earlier in the conversation.
2 hours ago.
Yeah, so that I'm like just now laughing. Yeah, trigger warning would be nice before you to know before you talk about demons pretending to be angels haunting me. Hey, you know what? Maybe when you meet Gideon, you'll think he's a pretty cool guy.
I have a feeling that I am going to like Gideon a lot. I seriously, you were explaining more and more how they're different, and you kept saying they're evil to it. I'm like, how? I don't get it. The people know what they're getting into. You say they trick them into it, and to a degree they do, but so does every job you start at. Oh, you're gonna have this, this, and this, and then you get there, and it's like, oh yeah, no, you only have this.
The military, lawful evil.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they know what they're getting
entice
into.
you
I
in,
still have.
give you sign a contract. We will give you free college. Just sign up for 3 years.
Exactly.
It's like a video game. It's like a video game vacation. Yes.
Anyway, sorry. You can continue with your thing. I've got to stop interrupting people all the time.
No, you're fine. No. My thing. Yeah, so you get to keep Rhea. Shora is basically replacing your 4th party member because 3 is kind of small for a party. So I'm going to create Shora as a sidekick. And when we play next week and you guys are going to the graveyard or whatever, she will basically just stay with you the rest of the campaign. Oh, really? Can you hear me? Hello?
You're good now.
Okay, good. Didn't have to disconnect. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. But anyway, yeah, so Rhea does stay with you, so she's like a bonus, right? Because she's like just extra damage, and she is just there to kind of, I guess, make this whole earlier mission a little bit easier. So she's gonna stay with you, but then when you guys leave the city, then you keep Lulu, she'll stay with you, and then Shora is your 4th party member, but then that's it. Everyone else stays here, and then you guys are on your own again until you amass another group of NPCs. I'm sure that'll happen.
I do want to ask Zeltern, though, after the long rest is over, I ask him to give us a handful of 10 good berries to take on our journey.
Yes!
Yes. Go ahead and write that down now, in case we forget. But yeah, he'll do that because even though it said in the book that I read earlier that he was using his good berries to help keep people alive, I also said they had months of rations. And I feel like
he can go a day without good berries.
They have to have months of rations. Yeah, what's 10 good berries going to do? So I don't see why he would have any problem. I mean, especially with all you guys just did, he can give you a spell slot. So absolutely. So write down 10 good berries. Now we still have good. Oh, the other good berries that you had are going to disappear. Because they just turn into regular berries after 24 hours.
They're 24 hours. They'll still be good for a while, but I'm not worried about them. 10 is fine. I'm not keeping track of multiple charges of good berry timers.
I have notes about those good berries, so I'll just deal with that. I'm dealing with the time too, so I'll figure at some point. But go ahead and write down the 10 good berries that you have, so that you remember to have it, because you'll have that for your graveyard adventures.
Yep.
And this is a good time to stop because that way you guys can go ahead and level up your characters. So just everyone make sure you update your new abilities. Zach, you get spells, so make sure you check that out.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know, right?
We level up.
But that
right?
was...
Yeah, I forgot to write down all my bard stuff,
Yeah, but that's okay because we're ending now, so you don't have to have it all prepared because we're not going like into a battle. So you've got another 2 weeks. So just
I guess that's what happened last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it's okay because it's the same thing. It's not like now there's another level up you have to do. It's just that same one. Pick your spells, whatever. Jake, I'm sure, is already done. Willow, you can I'll basically just update yours. I found my notes on your skill, but I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. But basically, you now get favored enemy against devils, which means that, or I think fiends. But anyway, whenever you're attacking them, which there's a lot, it will matter because now you get extra damage against them. You get bonuses to knowledge checks. You get bonuses to tracking them. Remember that imp from earlier? Yeah. So you would get like, I guess, advantage on your perception to try to find it. So, or even track it after it's already left and it's down the hallway, and you have to roll a survival check to figure out where it went. So that will be really useful. So I'll go over all those mechanics with you. And then you also get a boost to your movement speed. I think it's going to be 40 feet now, which means you can dash for 80, which is amazing.
Oh my god.
And yeah, and then your sidekick is going to be a level 6 sidekick expert, which means that she already gets like a slew of abilities to help you out with. And I'll chat with you guys. I think I'm basically just going to check your proficiencies, but probably just give her like a few knowledge checks and like stealth or something like that. So,
should we roll our HPs now?
Nah. Yeah. You know what? Let's do it now. Just so you guys have a nice thing to end on. So roll your hit die, and then take the result plus your Constitution modifier, and permanently increase your maximum HP by that amount. So you guys all tuck in for the night, and everyone goes where they need to go, and you guys. Oh god! And you guys rest for the night, and Jake gets 8 plus. What's your Constitution, Jake?
+1, but I rolled the maximum.
Yeah, 8.
Oh
right?
my god! Oh! He got pretty close to max too.
Yeah, I could have
are
gone
you
up by
rolling
2
it?
more points.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
Tabletop, just so it's fair.
6 plus 3. Nice. Wow. I'm gonna have to make the graveyard really tough for you guys. Okay, so Scree, Ranger is 1d10, so you get to roll a 1d10, and then that plus your Constitution modifier. Yeah, Rangers are awesome. They used to be really hard to make. In first edition, you had to have a minimum 13 strength, 13 wisdom, and 13 dexterity, I think. Or maybe it was like you had to have like really like out of any other class, you had the most requirements. But
I think Paladin was the worst, but Ranger was close.
Oh, Paladin! I don't remember Paladin. But I know Ranger is almost like a sage class. It's like you roll really, really high stats, and you're like, yes, I'm making a Ranger. In 5e,
Paladin has to have 17 charisma, 13 wisdom, 12 strength, and 9 constitution, and only human.
Oh my god. Okay, well that makes sense because they're also really powerful. It's like those hybrids. They're warriors. They're like basically
Rangers are pretty close too.
A bunch of spells. What's the do you see the Ranger minimum? Do you have the table?
It's 13 strength and dexterity and 14 wisdom and constitution. So they basically have to have all round even stats, except for int and charisma.
Oh, and constitution. Wow.
Yeah, so they're the one where like if you get a whole bunch of mid rolls instead of any high rolls, you go Ranger. It's like, man, what am I gonna do with all these 14?
Yeah, but if you get a 17, then you do Paladin, or 17 charisma, you do Paladin.
Yeah.
Scree, what'd you get?
Hold on.
Like some aspects of the early editions are so cool, but so much of it is incredibly tedious, and it's just not worth it. I keep going,
yeah.
I'm going to read AD&D. I'm going to go look back at the original rules because they're so cool. And some of the stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's how it should be. But then it's like, only humans... Oh, what'd you get?
Remind me what I'm rolling again. God dang it. I dropped my dice. You're
going to roll a D10. And this is for your max HP is going up for your level up.
Oh,
so
God.
It's 1d10 plus your Constitution modifier. Yeah, but it's like, oh wow, these rolls are so cool, and then you get something and it's like, rogues get a 15% success rate on sneak, and I'm like, what? No, 15%.
It's just
So
a 17, 18, or 19.
No, 18, 19, 20.
Right.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You have to roll an 18 or higher to successfully sneak as a rogue. And there's like a whole table, like it goes up a couple of percent. It's not even in multiples of 5. So then it's like 17%.
I just hate that.
How are you supposed to roll 17%? Just do a D100 for everything, I guess. Or get really fun with math.
You just do the math. You know that if it's a multiple of 5%, you translate it to a D20.
17.5%.
Oh, God.
Roll 6 D20s, and multiply it by a D8. Divide the entire thing by the the sum of the 2 lowest D20s.
And then tap on the end. Subtract the square root of 1d4. 2d4.
Got a 6. I got a 6.
Nice. 6 plus, what's your constitution modifier?
Oh, no, I already added my modifier.
You rolled a 3?
Yeah.
Below average, it's not bad. We had 2 above average rolls.
Yeah, it's just hilarious because Jake and Zach each got 9. But 6 is pretty good.
We're over there flexing our new muscles. We're like, holy crap, look at how beach we are. And we look over and we see you over there. We're like, it's okay, you did good too.
Okay, so yeah, you can erase your max HP amount and then add 6 and then write in the new amount. And also heal to maximum, obviously. So your current HP is also that. You regain all used spell slots, so go ahead and refresh your spell slots. Any abilities that you have, refresh. And go ahead and regain your hit dice. But remember, you only regain half. You only regain half of them, and at level 5, that would be 2. So you gain back 2 hit dice. I don't remember who used hit dice, but you each.
We're level 7.
That puts me back to max.
No, wait, you're level 6. You're right. You get 3 hit dice
7.
back. No, you were 5.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, we were 5, and then you gave us a multi-class, and then we just leveled up.
So what should our max hit?
Technically 7.
What should our hit dice total number be now? 7?
Depending on what your hit dice are, I think Bard and Warlock are both the same. Yes, so yes, you should have 7.
Now, when I increased by those 2, did they come already burned off, or could I use them now? Those 2 additional.
They come. It's up to him, but I'm pretty sure the default would be they don't come expended.
Yeah. So you.
Yeah.
So basically.
Next, yeah.
So your maximum hit dice is now 7d8, and you gain 3 hit dice, or is so 3 is 7 divided by 2 rounded down. But I'm just wondering if you get the rounded plus the one that you get for your level up.
You regain you regain a number of expend hit dice, and when you level up, you gain that additional hit dice. So you regain expend ones first, and then you also level up, and the one you get is not expend. You never spent it.
Oh, okay. Well, you were 6 already then because of what you pointed out, because of the multi-class. So you already got 3, and then you get another one. So you should get 4. So Zach, what's your hit dice at right now, or what was it at?
Okay. I had 5 max hit dice, and I had 0 hit dice left.
Okay, so now put it at 4 hit dice available, 7 max, 7d8.
All right, and I'm about to burn those.
No, you heal to full hit points because you're doing a long rest.
Wait.
So your hit points heal to full.
Without burning any hit die?
Yeah, this is a long rest.
Long rest is you don't spend hit dice.
Okay, I'm in a different universe then. But cool, I'll take it because, I was going to have to burn through all my hit dice to heal up.
Well, that's awesome because Warlock is like the perfect class for Zach to be playing right now because it's so short rest focused that it's making him like learn the differences, like all these really weird no, this is a long rest, this is a short rest, because it matters. Because usually if you're a wizard, you don't care. It's like, hey, just tell me when long rest so I can get my spells back. So yeah,
No,
so
it's helping. I'm just and I feel like I have a lot more HP than I should for a wizard or a warlock.
We're pretty
warlocks
high
are
level. You gain HP
yeah.
pretty quickly, and you got a lot of constitution.
Yep.
Yeah, I've
And
got 60
warlocks are
max
not
HP.
warlocks are not that squishy. Warlocks are the same as like rogues and clerics actually.
Literally. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a light armor, like melee class. They're rogue equivalent, exactly, or
Yeah,
druid.
even though their spells are
That's awesome.
as strong as a full wizard, but their armor and toughness wise, they're kind of roguey. Roguey.
I'm actually
yes.
maxed because I was only down 3.
So you're gonna have 4 hit dice to use in short rest on the following day. So you're doing a long rest, which heals you to full,
Got
and
it.
then tomorrow you have 4 dice left. But if you don't use all of them, then when you rest again, then you'll go up to 7 for the next day. So that's your incentive to not necessarily... It's not like, oh, I might as well burn my hit dice because it doesn't matter. You would go, I'm going to save these because, blah, blah, blah. So, but you use them because you guys went through a bunch of really tough battles that drained them all. But now you get 4 back.
we did.
And, yeah, but also you have healing now and stuff like that. So as you go into the next day, you could try, if you get through the day without spending very many, then I don't know. You could try to save all of them. Anyway, sorry, I'm just telling you how it works. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that's kind of the mechanics of it. So you get 4 back, and you can spend them, or you can save them, and you can save up to 7. So notice that you get half of them back. So really, you need 2 long rests, 2 full days, in order to get all of your hit dice back. So generally, you don't have your maximum. That's why it matters. Otherwise, it wouldn't matter. It would just be like every long rest, you just get this many short rests or whatever. Sorry.
Got it.
Anyway, yeah. So everything else, I think we can take care of outside of the game. You guys long rest up, and you steel your nerves for the journey to come. And thanks everyone for coming to our stream. I'm gonna go ahead and end it now. And next week we'll be doing more vampire stuff.